Dun, 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 and we are live. Good
Hello,
evening,
everyone.
good evening, good night, good morning, whatever time it is in your part of the world. Uh,
Yeah.
I know we'll have Quester here with us in just a few minutes.
Yep.
Hey,
Big
hey.
things happening. Big things happening. Where shall we start?
Mm. Oh man, I don't even know. This has just been a crazy, crazy week.
Yeah.
Um, we ugh, the ecosystem is evolving and evolving rapidly. Um,
Absolutely. Yes. And the advancement that is happening towards the end of the year, it's going to be a bang for the next year opening. In fact, it's not like a lot of things running around. It's not only about Archangel ecosystem. It's about all the entire crypto out there, right? So that's something that I'm really interested to see once 2022 kicks in. A lot of action with crypto that is expected because lot of countries are going into the regulatory aspects. A lot of countries are going ahead and embracing the technology of blockchain and stuff. Lot more approvals in terms of usage of crypto to come in. Lot many use cases to come in. More people are getting into crypto. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Each and every sector is getting into cryptos right now.
I know, it's crazy. The
Yeah.
adoption is coming, and it's coming rapid. Um,
Absolutely. I mean, I was just reading through a bit of news snippets in this entire week per se. Nike just bought NFT,
yep,
project
yep.
entirely, and not just that. MG the MG Morris Garages, they're
Hmm.
releasing their own NFTs here in India. I don't know if they're doing it worldwide, but in India they're releasing it. That will be coming pretty soon. Melina Trump did release her own NFTs. I think there was a couple of, that's a total count of 1,000 NFT that she released and did, right? So for
Hmm.
one Solana each, and
Yep.
that's there. Oh my God.
I
With a
know,
lot
and
of buzz happening and with all those technology that is getting built up, you know what I'm more excited about? Think of all those projects that can be part of the ecosystem.
yes.
That's
Oh,
what interests me a lot, and that's the link that I want to bridge between Archangel and in all of those projects out there.
yeah. That's and the thing is that growth, that difference. What's a differentiate? I cannot talk tonight. Arca from everything else is just that, and this
Mhm.
ecosystem is going to grow and going to grow rapidly. It's going to be a very massive Q1 in 2022, and just with what's been heard, dropped in the
Mhm.
last few days. Uh, let's see here. I've make sure. Yep, I got him that already.
Yeah.
Dominic Crypto sub team. How you doing, sir? Trying to catch up on these real quick. 68 live, yes.
Good.
Archangel.
Good. We were in the 20s when this started. Nice to see that crowd now.
Yes, I know. What is it? Where are you sitting at right now?
Who, me?
Yeah, just out of curiosity. With
At my
viewers.
place, my home.
Oh, you said how many viewers are you seeing right now?
Yeah, I said that. I don't know. You just said about 60 views right now. That's where I thought, okay, there are 60 people on the live stream.
Yes.
Sheesh.
Yes. Sorry, I got confused. Hold on. It sounds like I am having mic issues here again. So bear
Is
with
it
me for
just the mic
one.
issues, Caddy, or did you have something?
Oh gosh, it's been who knows. My camera started glitching out about 5 minutes before we started this. Me and Quester was in here trying to just wait and getting everything in order, and
Hmm.
it goes haywire. And I had this issue again this morning. It seems to fall on Sundays. When Sunday rolls
Whoa.
around, it's like, hey, no, we're gonna make you fight for this. Stephen Todd says, "Hey guys, we are rolling." Yes.
Yeah.
So
Caddy is always having a lot of issues. Someone
um,
help him out, no?
I'll tell you, my computer updated to Windows 11, and nothing against Microsoft, but please avoid that update. Do not
Hmm.
let your computer do it, especially if you operate production equipment.
Right. I think Joe will be joining us in 15 minutes. He has put it
Yes,
out
I
in the
seen
chat.
that.
Superb. Yep, waiting for it. I mean, I get a little confused, okay, because it's named as Archangel Token over here on YouTube, and I do not know whether it's actual Joe or someone else who has that name.
Caddy.
Hmm.
If with the next year, if the
Hey, Krista.
CPUs aren't too expensive, I'll go ahead and get you one. Don't worry.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, go on. I said we couldn't hear you. So,
Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to add that in real quick before I hop back out. It was just I'll totally give him a new CPU because why not? I'm feeling
Yeah.
yeah,
generous.
I'm definitely, definitely. I need to build a new PC. I'm like stuck between a gaming laptop and a normal gaming PC so that I get my streams and stuff ready and this YouTube work also goes smooth and I can play a lot of games. And I'm a gamer by heart, so
Nice.
I love
Yes.
playing. But
I
yeah,
say
Caddy, it looks like yeah, your mic and camera is actually partnered with CMC. That's what 68 actually says in the comments. A nice one, yeah. Might be you never know.
Thanks,
Caddy, do you have
68.
some inside links?
Yeah. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, I don't want to be relay. I like CMC. That they're good in their own way. But I got other partnerships I'd rather see in the long run. Let's see. Is it just me or is Mr. Oslin a little louder than everyone else? Yeah, he could. His comes through. Let's see. So I know Quester's trying to wrap up a couple things there. Guys, we just got so many announcements to cover over this week. Oh, and we do have, Joe, he'll be coming on here in a
Mhm.
little bit. I kind of want to hold
Um,
off on that until then.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. I
Uh,
mean, let's wait. Let's wait. Let's have a general topic discussion till there. But Oaf is saying that my voice is more dominant than both of yours. Is it
yes.
so? Like, is everyone able to hear all the clear three of us properly, or is it just with Oaf?
Let's see here. I don't
Right.
know. I have no clue. Let's see. What's the dealio? We have that to
I mean,
talk
you're
about here
clear with
too.
me. Uh, yeah, you're clear to me.
Well, good, because I don't want to use this other one. It picks up so much background noise. It's not even funny. But anyhow, let's see here. So, what's the deal with Scratch? We will get into that here in just a little bit. We can only tell you what came out in the
Yeah,
Telegram. There,
I guess it's just Oaf's problem.
yeah, yeah, that's gonna be Joe's.
Uh huh.
Awesome, appreciate it, 68. I'll say I better after all these hassles, all these battles. Yeah. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so one announcement, I guess I can go ahead and make, and this one here, Mr. Osmond, this one's actually gonna be news to you. I don't know if you've seen it in the Arca Cafe earlier, but we starting next week will be able to stream to
Mm-hmm.
the Archangel YouTube. So the Arca Cafe is being on our channels.
Wow.
It will also be listed, and the
All
cafe will
right.
be available, through the link on on Archangel's website on the YouTube link at the bottom. What's going on, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Caesar?
Mm-hmm. That's really good news. Seriously,
Yeah,
his is
yeah,
so.
it's big.
That's
What's
really good news. I mean, I'm happy about it.
Me too, man. Me too. Uh, that I think, yeah, that'll gain so much exposure for Arca. Get that name out there. We do this every week, and I'd like to be able to give back to what we're giving into. Give them a little bit more. Let this
Hmm.
marinate and be seen by the
Yeah,
world. We're chilling with the rest of the Arca family.
I think yeah we can do this. I mean, run a Telegram VC parallel to YouTube, but is it possible that both the feeds will run together without an echo effect? That's something that I haven't tried. I
Right
mean,
now
Jerry
we.
does have this good
Oh
idea
yeah.
in terms of parallelly
Oh,
running a VC on Telegram, so people can join in there as well. But yeah, I mean,
I
I don't know. I'm not so sure. It would create echo issues.
I there is a way I can do it, but it's going to take me some finagling. I do have the software to make it happen, but it's going to go
Uh
through a
huh.
software and then back out. There is a way to make it happen. So yes.
OBS Studios.
Yep. Yep.
All right. All right. Hmm.
Let's
Yeah. Well, that's
see.
something that we can definitely try. Never
Yeah,
say
I
no to
am.
using technology.
Oh, I know, right? I know. Yeah, we'll definitely get Joe's approval for that one. But yeah, that would be huge if we could get those voice chats.
Yeah.
How often they happen, how much news comes out about it, to get that out to the world. That's just another opportunity to hear how great Arca's moving along. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, for all those people who cannot actually access the YouTube portal at that point of time, people might be at the work, or people might be, just sitting back, relaxing and stuff like that. So they could just hear the VC running. I mean, we'll just mute, like I said, we'll just mute everyone else. It's just we three and people who are here in the YouTube channel that would be speaking. So kind of a podcast or a radio show.
mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, it will be good. It will be cool. I would really like to, go ahead and do a couple of podcasts. I mean, I've been doing it for another project.
Mhm.
Won't name it here, but yeah, I've been doing it for another project in terms of being part of certain podcasts. So it would be nice with
Eh,
Archa Cafe also getting into a podcast. Let's see if we can get
yes.
that out.
I will say one thing. I do have an Anchor account, and I think it goes
Uh
over to
huh.
Spotify. So yeah,
Me too.
I've
Yeah,
dabbled a little
me
bit.
too.
Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's do it, Questa. Questa can be the
What?
quizmaster. On the podcast, he comes over and he
Right?
starts asking questions. I'll be the old I'll be the one who would be nagging all those stuffs because I speak a lot, so I'll be nagging a lot like an old granny, and Caddy will be there to give all those actual updates.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he disappears again.
He doesn't want us to see what he's eating or
I know,
drinking.
right? I know.
So secretive.
I'll tell you, we do our best to stay on schedule to be here with you guys on time every weekend, and we are usually pushing it till usually the last few seconds there.
Yeah.
Um,
In a way, I'm actually lucky right now with your daylight savings because I get an hour extra sleep. So,
nice, nice. Now, if it is noon our time, what time would that make it at where you're at?
um, it's night for you, so it's early morning for me. Right now, it's 7:40 p.m. I mean, sorry, a.m.
Okay, so 7:40
I think it's
Southern.
roughly around, I would say 10 hours of difference, 9.5, 10 hours of difference.
Gotcha. So is it the 19th where you're at or the 20th right now?
It's already 20th for me.
Okay.
I'm ahead.
So there's a reason why I asked that, and
Yeah.
you'll see here in just a moment. Um,
Uh huh.
okay. So if you guys want to start getting rolling with this, I know Joe will be here any minute. He said
Yeah.
15 minutes. He's got
I
3 to
mean,
go.
we can start speaking about the charity part. And we'll keep the guardian until Joe comes
Yeah.
in, and we can
Yeah.
start speaking about the charity front. And there are two things which I liked about the charity portion. One is they chose about that particular organization which is really into it. I just did a little bit of deep dive and probably dig a little more info on the entire charity fund and how it operates and stuff. They are phenomenal in their job. They are literally the ones whom you can actually go ahead and quote. One of those specific charity organizations who are totally into the people and helping them out, right? So the donation of $3,100 over there to that particular charity was really nice. And what is the one more thing which I really love about is, I mean, not to just say that it's out of praising the project and the people out here, but that heart where Joe says that you should not use this as a shilling mechanism. That's pretty huge. Not many projects do that. I
Yep.
have seen a hell lot of projects on the crypto. I mean, you just go down to Twitter and just have a look at it as well. They use charity as a marketing aspect. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, okay, but to a certain extent, yes, it's kind of a marketing or a publicity itself. But having publicity through charity is one part on a general basis, but making it a publicity stunt, right?
Yeah.
That's something else.
Yeah.
It's like
There's a
you're
line.
hyping that. Yeah, you're shilling that you're doing charity, right? And that's something that I really do not like personally. The
No.
main reason being, you're not doing charity so that you want to showcase to the world that you're doing charity. A lot many people are doing it more than what you can actually do, especially those petty projects where they actually go ahead and say that, okay, man, we did a big particular charity to this particular organization. I'm not blaming anyone specific, okay. I'm speaking about those specific meme coins, in fact. Yeah. So I've seen almost like 20, 30 projects is what I have seen where they use this as a mechanism to shield their project, and that's really bad because you're helping people who are in need. And why do you want to say that you're doing it because you just want to get some publicity?
Yep. And yeah, there's a line
Yeah,
that you just don't cross, and many of them do.
exactly. I mean, it is marketing. I do not say no. It is a kind of passive marketing that usually happens. Let me put it across this way. You're putting in your brand, like all these corporate sectors, they do have their CSRs, right? The corporate, I think, what's that? Oh, I forget the full form. All right. So, corporate social responsibility. That's what they call it, CSRs. So, whenever they go ahead and do such kind of charity related work or anything related to the society improvement and stuff, they don't need to advertise it too much. But even if they don't, even if they just put out in normal media, just that, it's an information per se, right? We
Hmm.
did this and this charity. That information in itself is kind of a passive marketing, because the people whom you would have helped would definitely come back to you or probably spread the word for you in a passive note, right? You don't need to go ahead and keep rotating it around all the social media platforms, stating that, with all those gifs and with all those animated logo stuff and things. I mean, kind of heart shilling is what you see, right? So there is a
Yep.
difference between just providing an information and probably glorifying it. I would put it across
Exactly.
that way. Yeah. So do not glorify your charity. Just put it as an information post. It will do its work. It will definitely do its work, right? It has worked out for a lot of projects where they have helped a lot of people in sports, schools, and stuff like that. That comes out, right? So people see
Hmm.
that you're doing it, and people get to know about it. You don't need to start hard shelling to it, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's my 2 cents. I'm sorry.
No, no, you're fine because
But
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. And,
yeah.
it's one thing. It's good to get a little word out, but like you said, that hard shilling aspect.
Hmm.
There's just a line when that gets crossed, it loses the value of what it was intended for. It
Yeah.
loses the ethics and the morals behind it. But that's the one thing Arca has done completely different, and so proud of them for what they've done. Just the progress all the way up to this point with everything. Let's see. Have we missed anything? Absolutely agree, guys. Especially hold the line. Yep.
Yeah.
Quester, really?
Well,
I,
come on. I gotta say, all right. I like me some Arby's too. All right, so
I know. I was so horrible the other night.
What happened? I mean, if
Oh
in case I missed it, let
no,
me know.
I
Fill me in
the
on
other
it.
night. The other night I was doing some video recording, and I was just again working through some things, and there's just a point where you got to walk away from that screen, and I hit that point. And it was
Mm-hmm.
time. I was like, you know what? Go grab something to eat. And I maxed out on Arby's on the road. It was horrible. It was bad. And now they're talking about it again. And speaking of bread, welcome.
hey,
Nice.
See, Arby's
So you
bun.
guys had a look at the logos that have come out, which are there posted on the Telegram group.
You know what? I gotta admit. Let's see here.
Haven't
Let's
it
take a
voted?
look. I have not yet. It has been a
I know.
crazy night. Let me see here. Make sure. I got too much stuff open. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
Hope it's
mine.
not something that we do not want to see.
no, 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 nothing like that. No.
I like it.
Uh,
The fries are great,
Yeah.
but
let's see.
so are the jalapeno poppers. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like,
I know
Yeah.
it's a Sunday night out there, but it's early morning for me, so I do not want to see anything else which I do not want to see.
Yep. Let's see. Share screen.
jeez.
So yeah, the logos, guys. So if anybody in here is watching the YouTube and is not in our Telegram, make sure to drop by that Telegram. We have the competition going on. A lot of great artists coming in, checking this stuff out. Um, that's the first two logos, A1 and A2. Man, some of these are
Yeah.
I'm liking them. I love seeing the talent being brought out within a community of what all can be done.
Now I'll be completely
Mm-hmm.
honest. I did not know what Metatron or like what it really was, so I had to before I went and voted. I had to go make sure because I'm like, there's got to be some correlation with all these designs. Like, what's the whole point of this? So I went and checked real quick. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because I was really
Yeah.
confused. I was like, what? I mean, these are
Y-
really cool, but like, I don't get it.
in the previous episode, I just told this out loud to Joe. In fact, I told him, see, when you said that the project is called, or the feature ad is called Metatron, I could relate it to the Transformers villain, Megatron.
Yeah,
Yes.
But
somebody.
then,
I think
yeah,
I
he
think
told me
this
it's
year
like he's a twin
somebody.
angel. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say somebody was like, when I heard Metatron at first, I thought it was Megatron. I was like,
Yeah,
me too.
that's
Mhm.
me.
Oh, there we go.
That's me.
Oh,
No, we don't want to sing happy
Whose birthday
birthday
was
to
it, by
Ed
the
on the
way?
stream. Ed,
Ed?
because
Was it Ed's birthday?
my singing voice hasn't had time to warm up yet. It's gonna sound
Yeah.
terrible.
I'm
But
not
happy
so
birthday, Ed.
good at singing, but yeah, well, happy birthday,
yeah. Happy birthday, Ed. That's the most you're gonna get out of me. There's no tones out of me. It's just straight
Ed. Yeah,
monotone.
Happy
yeah.
By the
birthday
way,
to
welcome.
Welcome, Joe.
See,
Hello.
welcome.
What's happening?
We were waiting for you to drop in the bombs.
Oh, okay.
A lot of
Just chilling
updates
out.
this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like what we talked about a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago, about when you take a handful of seed and throw it out into the soil and you start watering it. It may take a few weeks to see those sprouts, but you're going to see them, and you're going to see them all at once. And that's what's happening.
Nice. Absolutely true. Yeah, I agree to that point.
Yeah, it was like it got put in and it just. Boom. Oh shoot!
Hold on.
Sorry, guys.
Careful, Caddy. Your tree or your plant is actually creating a lot of.
Yeah,
It's growing very fast.
nice.
But yeah, I mean, that those hard efforts, and what I liked about the entire concept, we came out with a roadmap. We saw that we had a roadmap ready, and it was for the 9 months epic, or 6 to 9 months duration that we had the first epic and stuff. But then uh, the team entirely started looking into new aspects in terms of utilizing the current technology that's out there, trying to reduce that time frame, trying to get maximum things done at a short period of span, but thereby not leaving away the quality aside. So taking these two things into aspect, quality and time, and usability, or probably the use case scenario, I would say, or the utility, put it in that way. They have planned it so damn well, and this is what I like: the adaptation of the new technology that's coming out. Archangel is doing it absolutely fine. So uh, this is just the beginning, right? So tomorrow, if any other new technology comes in, it's very easy for Archangel. I mean, I would say that it's very easy for me to personally say that, okay, Archangel is ready to go ahead and accept that, probably include that technology into their ecosystem. So that gives you the concept of evolution, which a lot of other projects would not have in the future. And there are already talks going around. If you have read through the articles related to Ethereum 2.0 and stuff, uh, many of the projects, in case they are not ready for that Ethereum 2.0 shard, or the entire nodal kind of a system where the gas fees and the transaction stuff work, not going into technical aspects, but they are speaking of many projects which are right now there can become obsolete if they're not ready for this particular, uh, embracing that new concept of Ethereum 2.0, right? So if your contracts are not technically sound, if you're just in those duplication of the existing ones and stuff like that without any such major changes, or you're not giving that aspect of growth, right? So all those things are going to go with Ethereum 2.0. That's what I have got to know. I don't know if anyone has any other info, but it's going to be something which is, one, in a way, really big in itself, but on the sidelines will also be ensuring that all those so-called projects which are probably scams or duplicates might get reduced, because the interface that Ethereum 2.0 would give in terms of project contracts is totally different than what it is right now. So yeah, I mean, you need to embrace what is coming out new, right? So if you do not do that, then it's like you're out of the competition, as simple as that,
Yep.
right?
Just like Arca, they understand innovation.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm speaking with, and
Oh yeah.
that's the big part which I like about Archangel, because you're ready for anything, right? So it's Ethereum 2.0 right now. Yeah, bring it on. Tomorrow Ethereum 3.0 comes. Yeah, bring it on. We can do
Yep.
it.
We'll be ready. We'll
Yeah.
be ready.
So the main thing that I liked in terms of the confidence, I mean, personal thoughts, where I got my confidence personally on the project and the team entirely, is regarding the migration part, as well as the thought in terms of moving the website to the VPS server. And those are, somewhat smaller aspects, but on a longer run, trust me, it is going to really add in a lot of value to the entire ecosystem. Because
Yes.
uh, again, I keep digging out information in terms of all these technical aspects. I like being a geek, right? So with VPS
And
migration and stuff, it's
that
it's really good.
Yeah,
It
there's
was a
only
really
one
good
way to
book.
learn, and you just got to, and educate yourself. That's the thing. The
Absolutely.
resources.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Uh-oh.
yeah.
I
Go
see
on,
Joe
Preston.
writing something.
Yeah,
Oh,
not a
he's
flaming
writing that.
Lambo or.
He's stealing it from my notebook. I'm telling you.
Oh, you got
I have
yours.
mine
Nice.
somewhere back
Yes.
there too.
Yes.
Let's see if I can't
Nice,
find it.
nice.
Oh, that reminds me.
Go
Hold on. I'll
on.
wait for Quester to get back. I ain't going to take off at
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
time. But I got another surprise to show everybody that came in this week. Oh,
Is it a cap?
no. I wanted the beanie, but I got to go check it back out. Roy said that it should be back up there. The one time I go look, it was gone. Yes.
Whoa. Nice.
I gotta showcase mine too.
I know, man.
Good. Good. That's really good.
Yeah. And these are actually very high quality too. Like I was impressed when I got it.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. A lot better than my 20-cent notebook from Walmart or the dollar store.
Hey, it served its purpose, but that purpose is no longer there.
Exactly.
It's
This
in
one here
place.
is for my more important things.
Exactly. So Jerry, I mean, a question is little out of context. I think a little went a little, on the offside. But yeah, Ethereum 2.0, they are quoting to release it by June of next year, but it will not be released all at once. It will be in phases. So the first release or the first phase of release would happen ideally somewhere around April, June. That's the time frame that we are looking at. But yeah, let's see if they have any other news for us coming days. All right. Caddy went away now. Yeah, he's back. Let's see what he's got.
What else has he come up with?
Yeah.
If you
So-
pull up a hat, I was gonna be like, I'm gonna be a little salty because mine's coming in tomorrow.
No. Look at that.
We have the actual tumblers that came in.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm telling you, I'm loving the black one. Like it is.
Yeah, the
just so
black one
pretty.
looks super cool. Yes.
Yeah, my wife wants to fight me for it. She claims it's hers, so I guess it's hers.
Yeah, you need to give it to the mistress.
Yes, Roy says
You
nice.
cannot-
Yes, sir.
You do not want to get into a fight with her.
No. That's the one thing. At least I got to say, we don't fight. We don't argue. We talk it out. We make it work. And
No, I mean, in general, with your wives, never get into a fight.
oh yeah, no, trust me. Even
You know,
though we don't fight,
it's a losing battle.
Yeah, I was
even
gonna
though
say,
we
you
don't
won't win.
fight, I still sleep with one eye open. Yep, that's getting ready to say that.
It's always a losing battle.
Oh yeah.
Hey, did we sing Happy
Yeah.
Birthday to Ed, or are we not doing that?
We can try. I
I'm
mean,
not singing.
Yeah,
we all admitted that we're not singers here.
Oh,
That's just
okay,
not.
well.
It's just not our cup of tea.
you don't want to ruin the birthday song, no. That's so cute.
There you go. That's your
All right,
birthday
Ed.
card, Ed. Birthday card.
Oh.
Here.
Look at that.
Birthday
Your
Lambo.
birthday Lambo is also there.
Birthday Lambo.
Wow. What a nice Lambo.
Oh, I heard
and
it.
Ed is also in it. Ed is also in it.
Ah, there it
Nice.
goes.
Here's your birthday Lambo.
Oh.
It's the burning birthday Lambo.
That flaming Lambo. Here we go. Brad. Yep. And say Brad says happy
Nice.
wife, happy life. Actually, I like my wife. My wife might argue with that one. It's happy or happy spouse, happy house. I gotta say, I like that one. Yes.
That's nice.
Yeah, but we all know.
Yeah. We don't give away those secrets here.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Speaking of things coming out, what have happened this last week? What have you done to our minds, Joe?
We've kept our promises.
Yeah.
Your mind is now a
That's a good
noodle
start.
soup. That's
Yeah.
what has happened.
Yeah. So I mean, we're at a place right now with Michael, talking about all the various components that are being worked on to where we feel comfortable at least letting people know the proper name of Michael as Guardian. And that may not sound like a big deal, but it is. To announce the name of this platform, and it's a project, but it is a platform, and it is becoming larger and larger every day that it's being built. We see more and more opportunities, more and more light bulbs just keep flashing. The more the devs dive into the opportunities and the capabilities and the potential, especially using the technology that we're using, using the partnerships that we formed around crypto and blockchain and commercial partnerships as well. It's, months ago when we said, if we can dream it, we can build it, it could not be more true. Like it's simply, it's not an understatement, or it is an understatement. 100% understatement.
Oh yeah. And and the one thing about it is the one turn that when Arca started to evolve this is they went for the community feedback.
Yeah.
That to me is one key point to this whole everything that's coming out and involved.
Well, that's a good point, and it's something that Mr. Aslan and I were talking about months ago. When he first caught on to Arca, and he was that guy on our VCs asking a million questions, and it's great because the questions are what drive the discovery and the research. And I'll never forget, Mr. Aslan. It was probably one of the VCs that we did either right before launch or right after launch. And you said something that was really important when you said, and I know it was you because I wrote it down. You said, why don't we ask crypto what crypto wants and build that? And that was spot on. That is the vision of Archangel. And we were responding to a few posts in social media over the weekend. People are asking, well, what is it? What are you doing? What problems are you solving? And although we can't go into details with them right now, I reminded them, or I asked them to go out and find another project within crypto that spent the first 3 months of its entire existence doing nothing but asking the community, what problems can we fix? We launched Arca with some solutions in mind, some things that we wanted to do with the Archangel token itself. But knowing that we're building an ecosystem, Archangel is just the solutions we provide are really for Arca holders. That's what we're building, the features that we're bolting onto Archangel that Ed and AI and their teams are working on. They're going to help improve our exposure to crypto through Archangel. So that's just one small aspect. The other aspect of Archangel is to go ask crypto, where are the problems? What do we need to fix? Where is crypto heading where you're struggling? And I know it seemed like a long time to collect that information from the community, but that data is insanely important. It is invaluable when you look at the statistics and the answers and the way people responded to those questions. It's mind-blowing. Then you take a few questions and you put them together to get a whole different perspective to a whole different problem that you can see simmering in the background that no one has solved. So yeah, it's incredible. So Mr. Aslan, you were spot on months ago when you were asking those questions. A lot of people weren't asking those questions yet, but you were. So hats off to you for asking those questions early. I think a lot of the members of our community now are starting to see the bigger picture. It's starting to take shape in their mind. So that's huge. That's big for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy with everything.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been able to sleep. Like, this gives me chills just thinking about what's happening.
Yeah, and where we are not focused because we have Epic One that we're running full speed. Guardian is flying. I don't even know how to describe it. I know when you see it, you're gonna realize how broad and complex it really is and how integrated it is. But then we have another project, Scratch, that we've named, that we've changed Project Alpha, that name into Scratch. And here is another project team very similar to Archangel that took the time to find a problem that they could solve. And they're going to solve it one piece at a time. They're not going to launch Scratch with the end all be all solution to what they want to solve. It's an extremely smart and talented team, and they're going to do it in chunks. They're going to put out phase one that attacks one problem and provides a solution. And then they're going to, let that solidify and take shape and gain speed. And then they're going to move on to phase two, and they're just going to keep building it and building it and building it. And it is going to redefine how people think about NFTs. It's going to change the way all of us think about them, not only in the art form, but in every aspect of what an NFT actually is. This project is going to change the way we see those, not only their existence and their use, but their value over the lifespan of the NFT. And I mean, this project's only a month old at best, and it's insane. I read the white paper over the weekend. We're going through the drafts with the team. Looked at the website, the light paper. It's unbelievable. It's like you've got
Wow.
50 people that have been working on it for a year.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
That's
Yeah,
good. And as far as I have been quoting in terms of NFTs and stuff, see, NFTs are definitely the future. No matter what people want to say, it's just a bubble or stuff like that. No, it's not. Trust me, because the use case of an NFT is totally different than what we are seeing right now. So all you see right now are just pictures, paintings, or gifs, or probably a few snippets of music and art and stuff like that. I'm not saying
yeah,
that's only specific, but NFT as a use case has a lot more things in view in terms of technical aspects, right? You can basically make your own documents as an NFT. Think of it this way, like, I think we discussed about the same topic, purchasing a house through NFTs. It's as simple as that. All your house related documents or details are now stored as a digital ledger on the NFT. Just mint it as one single NFT with all the property documents and stuff, and transfer of ownership is as good as purchasing that NFT. That's it. No other legal complications. And your entire legal taxation system is now written into a smart contract. And the moment you purchase that NFT, all your taxes immediately go out to the specific places where it's supposed to go. You don't need to run through any other locations or places. And moreover, if it's a KYC based system that's also implemented, and the government actually keeps into implementing this particular concept, it's a big huge plus add on for them, because it saves a lot of middleman aspects, and in terms of time, and in terms of even going ahead and getting that on a worldwide level, right? Think of it this way. I'm sitting here in India. I mean, I can actually go ahead and auction a house over here in my place, where anyone else who is out there here in another part of the world can go ahead and purchase it and own it, right? I mean, I'm not saying it's so easy as I'm speaking of, but there are a lot of other complications involved. But well, I'm speaking of the technology aspects where it's a possibility to do, right?
Oh yeah.
Think of all those use cases with NFTs. I mean, people are just limiting NFTs to certain artwork and
yeah.
certain in-game items, but that's not it. NFTs are big and it's going to blow up. GameFi, NFTs, those are the two things that I'm definitely confident upon in terms of 2022. That's how
Yeah.
crypto would move.
Oh yeah, NFTs, the power hasn't been barely tapped into what their potentials are, and that's why now that you
Mhm.
mention NFTs, I'm curious to see what Scratch is going to bring to the table. If it
Yeah.
has gained the opportunity to become part of the ecosystem, its utility has to be insane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can definitely think of it this way. Uh, think of your entire hospital billing system as an NFT, right? So think of all your so-called online purchases, or not, I would say online purchase, insurance policies per se. Those are NFTs. So they have a certain validity, they have certain details which are inbuilt, and all your own personal documents, say your address proofs, ID proofs, and all your stuff, they can also be NFTs, and those are something which no one can tamper with, right?
Hmm.
So that's the main, logic behind having NFTs minted. No one can tamper with it. Once you mint an NFT, it's done. It's on a smart contract. It's on the blockchain. No one can go ahead and take it and edit those details. Just
Yeah.
like you see all those insurance guys right now making those changes, right?
Yep. That's the thing.
Using the Photoshop editors, you cannot do that.
The power of blockchain. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, these guys are gonna this project Scratch as you learn more and more about it. And remember, there is a talk to the project manager today for a bit. He's very
Hmm.
excited to come on with members of the team to the 2 January Crypto Cafe. So that'll be, or I'm sorry, the Archa Cafe. So that will be a very good chance for us to just ask some questions about what they're building and the vision of the
Wow.
project. Not only the vision of it in the next quarter, but where do you see this project 2 or 3 years from now? Because that's the vision that team has. They've got the
Mhm.
short term plan pretty ironed out. But what's amazing to me every time I talk to this team and especially the project managers, that they are 3 and 4 and 5 steps ahead of where everybody else's mind is right now with NFTs. And like you said, Mr. Aslan, just now, it is unlimited. We haven't even scratched the surface, and that's why the name they picked is so it's so fitting. It's so fitting.
Mm,
Um,
yeah,
the name that they picked, and I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a fantastic project,
absolutely,
Yes.
yes.
and
So it's just
and
beginning.
one hell of a team to break the mold or break the ice for external projects to follow. So as the first ecosystem, as the ecosystem's first external project, we could not have asked for a better role model, flat out. So just
Nice.
fantastic. Yeah.
Hats
That's
off
really
to him.
important, in fact. Yeah, I mean, having a team behind building an idea is much more important as the idea itself, right?
Yep.
So I can sit here and I can dream of an idea of building a flying car, but if I do not have the proper expertise, or I do not have the scientific knowledge to go ahead and do it, I definitely need a team who has that. If I do not know anyone, or I do not have a team who is having that expertise, then I won't build a flying car. I think it would be just a cardboard car who is where I can just throw it like this.
Oh, great question. Great question from Jerry Smith. Says,
Oh yeah.
what benefits do you expect to see Scratch bring to Arca? That is a great question, and it is. I will say it without beating ourselves up too bad. NFTs, as everybody knows, have been the hot thing for 2021. They've really caught the tail end of this crypto cycle, and it isn't a specific sector that our community has chosen to focus in on. We have had NFTs in every single epic vote that we've held. I think we've held 6 total votes. Going, starting with 9 and then drilling down to 4, then picking one. So we've done that 3 times now. We're getting ready to do it a 4th time. And for some reason, the community NFTs have always placed high, but they've never placed number 1 in the epics. What this does for Archangel and for our community is it's like we just started epic number 1. It's like we just picked NFTs as the most important thing we want to do. And there's a project that is insanely talented and driving at this just as hard as we would, doing it on the side at the same time. So the benefit is that we are going to get exposure to this NFT marketplace, through Scratch, as if we were doing it ourselves. So it's phenomenal. That's a great question.
Yeah. And in terms of the holders for Archangel, I think there would definitely be the benefit of NFT airdrops. I
Yeah.
believe those who have staked. Yeah, that's the benefit for having Archangel with you and staking Archangel once the staking pool goes live. So, what the
Yeah.
value of those NFTs would be, only time will tell.
Yeah. But what we gain now, in addition to the Arca holders and stakers having exposure just to Scratch, what we get as a community is a highly professional team that is aggressively exploring the NFT market. At the same time, we're focused on the other ones that we're doing. It's incredible to have that opportunity. It really is.
Yeah.
68. So that means we can focus on other points and don't miss this point out.
Yep.
You're dang right,
Bingo.
sir.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Just
Absolutely.
just like Archangel's roadmap, and we have all the features in these epics happening concurrently. One of those votes that have been not the top, but in the top part of every vote of our epics is now being able to be added on essentially as that concurrent development within the ecosystem.
Yep. And think of this: when we do finally get NFTs as the number 1 vote, as a community, we're not starting from scratch. No pun intended. No pun.
No.
We're not starting from scratch because there's a project that is full blown into this space that can save us time, money, resources, technical debt, you name it. I mean, it's endless. The benefits that we as a community get for having an external project that is that honed in on a specific sector in crypto. Actually, it's 3 sectors total that they're hitting. I mean,
Wow.
we're safe to say right now NFTs. The project manager said we can just call it NFTs for now, but it actually hits 3 different sectors of crypto, and all 3 of them are massive.
Nice. So we don't need to build a foundation at all. It's already there. It's just about those, the first and second levels that we need to go for.
Well, we've had numerous contacts from Arca community members about an NFT project. Everyone's interested in NFTs. We all want to learn them and figure them out. Um, so now we have a professional team that can help us do that should that ever come to pass. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really really important.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I cannot wait till January 2nd. That.
Yeah, we will be starting with scratch. Good point, Jerry. Touche.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yep.
The new year is going to start with a scratch.
Yeah.
Ultra says, "Man, I need to see if my sofa has any more loose change. Scratch seems to be a
You
big
know what?
project."
In the last 4 weeks, I've flipped my sofa over more times than I have in the last 2 years. The ashtrays in the car, or any place where change could possibly end up,
Yep.
even in the laundry machine, in the lint trap, in the
Get
dryer.
the shop back out.
Yeah, I was saying before, I was like, oh man, Joe sir, like my wallet's gonna be hating me. And he's like, it's been coughing dust these past couple weeks.
Empty, man. Nothing in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we are checking the wrong wallets,
Yeah, right. Wrong
You are
wallet.
checking the wrong wallets. Get to BSC or Etherscan and check your wallets there. That is where the
It's
real
easy.
change is.
There's only two in that. There's Ethereum and there's Arca.
Yeah, that's where the real change is.
But yeah, really exciting week. I know you guys probably went over the announcements a little bit. Some things about Guardian we can put out, other things we can't just yet. Talked a few weeks about, I don't know if it was on a Archa Cafe or just on a voice chat, about the partnerships that we're forming as a project. They are not small partnerships. We're going after game changers. We're connecting with commercial companies, with crypto projects, tokens and coins and platforms that are they've already changed the name of crypto. They're already major influencers, and that's really important as we continue to build those relationships with those people. Huge.
Yeah. Arca's not playing around.
We're not.
It's just not.
No.
Let's see. Wilkerson
We have
actually
one.
has. So if I decided to start and bring my project to the Archangel ecosystem, would Scratch be a part of the team helping me bring it to the market?
No, Scratch is an external project that was brought to us. It was pitched to us as an external project. Actually, a lot of the project team members, including the project manager, are diehard Arca investors and fans. They've been with us since day one. So you will recognize them when you see them, some of them. So
God. They've just been hanging back, sitting tight, and making
They've
sure
been
Arca
working.
could live up. Yep.
They've been working what they've been doing.
Oh, that's the one thing. Crypto has no respect to time. Once you're in it, throw time out the window.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Something else to hit on real quick, because I think this may be something that people are overlooking just a bit. And it's also because there's not a lot of information that we can put out about Guardian. But remember that Guardian is comprised of multiple components. There's a certain number of them right now. And in the last few weeks, the number has even grown more. There's more components than what we had originally planned. As we continue to plow what was that, Caddy?
No more. This is no more.
No, that's not accurate.
Scratch that.
But it's okay. It's okay. It's
Scratch that.
it's a portfolio. It is a platform, and as we peel through the capabilities that we think Guardian can handle, at least initially, we've got a target number in mind. We started with 7. Actually, we started with 5, and then went to 6, then 7. Now we're above 7, and each one of those components within Guardian is its own little nucleus of work that's happening. Each one is its own separate. It provides its own separate utility to Guardian itself, and a couple of them can, what's a good way to say it? A couple of them have enough utility and enough value to where they can provide that same utility and value to other projects, not only in Archangel ecosystem, but in crypto in general, just flat out in crypto. Those components are the ones that you'll see come out as individual tokens, as separate tokens, because they can provide crypto, the broad scope of crypto, a whole utility all by itself.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we're sitting at 2 of those and possibly 3 in a few weeks. It just depends on the development of one of the other components. But no doubt right now, 2, without a shadow of a doubt,
Yep.
Guardian has already produced 2 independent projects that will easily thrive, incredibly thrive in crypto for a very long time.
Jeez.
This is awesome.
And the problem with
I
it is
know.
that it could snowball. This is a risk that we've talked about as a community in the past, about things moving so quickly that we can't keep up with them. So it's one of the hardest decisions that we will have to make as a community, to put the brakes on and say, okay, we're running at full speed. We are actually running at full speed, and need to take it down a notch, because if you go too fast, usually what suffers is quality. And there's no room for quality to suffer in what we're building. There's none. There's no tolerance.
No. No, this is becoming the envision that I foresee. It's going to wreck. It's not going to wreck the way you look at crypto. Well, it is. It's going to take your inception of how you perceive it today and eliminate a lot of the battles that you overcome today. Like, I close my eyes and I can just picture it's going to be wild.
So let's talk about this too, because I've been waiting to pick your guys' brains on this and get some of this out to the community, because this is a safe topic. We can talk about this without getting in trouble. And I see that 66 GTO posted some names there in the chat.
Should I pull them up?
You need to take a hard look at those names. You need to take a hard look at those names. There's a part of crypto that has become.
I know where we're getting at. I read that on the announcements.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about it, but I want to at least try to fill in the blanks. There's a part of crypto that's become complacent with what we have. So the things that we're all used to seeing and using on a daily basis, even some of us on an hourly basis, that we, the folks that check their wallets hourly, or maybe Dex Tools or CoinGecko, CMC, just certain things that you check 5, 10, 15 times a day. We've become complacent with those assets. We've gotten used to them. It's kind of like muscle memory. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you check CoinGecko. You get ready for bed, you put your PJs on, you check your wallet. It's just kind of it's muscle memory.
Yep.
And there is a group of there's a group in crypto, and it's bigger than you think, that has put their foot down and said the status quo is no longer good enough. We need to make things better, more accurate, faster, easier to use, and it falls directly in line with the message that Archangel has. That is exactly what we want to do. So we are actively looking for that part of crypto who has put their foot down and said, we got to make this better. Like, they are just flat out saying, that's not acceptable. We need to fix that. That list that you just showed is one of them. Yep. That is a group of investors and enthusiasts and businesses that have partnered up with one company specifically to help solve one of the bigger problems in crypto. That same company is one that we are working with in Guardian. Right now, the dev teams, the UI, the engineers, the developers, the analysts are working with that company to figure out how much of that we could possibly use, how much of that we could integrate into Guardian. And I posted a news article last night, I forget in which forum, about one of those companies who have very vocally put their foot down and said, enough, no more.
Yep.
I think it was either, I forget which form it might have been in, but it was a press release that was put out. And we don't, we're not going to call any names out. It doesn't really matter. But I think it's important for the community to realize that we're not alone here. We are not, we're not the lone candle in crypto that's lit that says we can make this better. There are a lot of people out there, a lot of companies in and out of crypto that say we can make this better. What we have to do as a project is go find those people. We have to find them. We have to partner with them after we find out, what aspects of our model support, their model, and what our core principles and beliefs, make sure they align, and then partner with them, and that's, it's a lot more powerful than trying to do it on our own.
Oh yeah, there is an analogy or part of the process that Arca has followed from the get-go, and it's a boba analysis: build it or buy it.
Yep.
Now, when you outweigh the risk versus reward, we all know how fast-paced crypto is. If you blink, you've missed, and there's just certain things that is more innovative when you have other projects accomplishing the same thing. This is where Arca stands different. It doesn't look at competition. It looks at unification.
Yep.
Where can we help each other? And guess what? It's about to get real.
It is those little sprouts, those seeds that we planted 3 months ago on September 19th. We've been watering them for 3 months, and some of them are sprouting a little faster than others. But you can see the soil breaking. You can see those little sprouts breaking the ground everywhere, and it is amazing. The project team that we have in Archangel, to include you guys, you three, is this is the best project team I've ever seen, and I've been building and executing project teams in the commercial space almost my whole career, and this team is amazing. And all volunteers too, which is like mind blowing,
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, Joe,
daily-
I think we do get paid in millions, right? All the three of us. We keep getting paid in millions every single week.
Yes, we do. Our
You don't know?
reflections-
Haven't heard, Caddy?
Yeah.
There you get it.
Yep. Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
When-
Well, I guess we have one question from Crispy. Why an external project instead of being internal? Just my thoughts on this. See, having an internal project, everything incorporated, especially when you're planning an ecosystem, it would only mean that you are increasing your own bandwidth. You need to have that bandwidth to take on that new project, start work from scratch and stuff like that. But it's not like, even if it's an external project, yes, they would have their own individual status in terms of bringing out their projects, but they will also be part of the ecosystem per se, that certain benefits that they have from Archangel, the same benefits in another way would be there for Archangel from them as well, right? So it's kind of a partnership. It's not like external project or internal project. It's kind of a partnership that's going on with those entities. So adding them to the ecosystem is kind of becoming their partners, right?
Yeah,
So that's the
and-
way it works.
Right. And with externals, when you have external projects come in, think of this, go back to the last vote that we took on Epic number 2, when we were deciding of the 9 topics, which one was going to be Epic number 2. So we chose the one that the community wanted. What if there were 8 other projects lined up and said, we got the rest? You guys pick the one you want, we got the rest. It's an accelerant. It's a force multiplier that is, it's undeniable that gives you that exposure. It's concurrent. It's concurrent development and discovery and research that there's no way even 100 Archangel teams could keep up with that. There's so it's just a force multiplier, and it's an incredible environment to see take shape and work.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
think we need a centralized exchange. The ones we have suck.
Yeah, that's true. And I was actually digging a little more in terms of trying to find out which that particular company was, with all those venture capitals that 66 GTO did mention earlier in the chat. couldn't find them, but yeah, excited to know what it is. But what I think personally, what that would do as a change. So right now, the only reference in terms of having those data availability is mainly through CG or CMC, right? And we do not know from which oracle or from which data source CG or CMC will be picking up the data, and how quick are they. We have seen how quick are they in terms of responding to certain updates that any of the projects send them across, right? So uh, taking those into account, we never know if there is anyone else in the market who can get the data out as quick as needed and as efficiently as needed, in fact, right? So that is a game changer, and that is something that we definitely need to look into in terms of crypto. You cannot stick on to one single place stating that, okay, we have only CMC, we have CMG, I mean CG. All right, CMC and CG is existing, but they are existing or they are being looked into a lot because they are the beginners. They were the only ones who were actually making
Smart.
that kind of a name. Yeah, that the first adaptation, advantage is what they have. But tomorrow, if someone comes up with a better place or a better way, like Archangel is doing, so I mean, it will be a
So,
game changer. In fact, people will definitely eventually shift because they want something which is a little
right.
different, a little more precise, a little
Right.
more quick, right?
Yeah. So within the crypto space, that's the one thing is, oh, how's the best way to word this here? Um,
You keep forgetting words.
I
Yeah.
know it's because I'm just making sure that yeah.
Instead
I
of
know. I know.
instead of a CPU, I just gave a
With
dictionary.
the crypto dictionary, I talked about that earlier. Um, crap. If you don't, that's the problem is, when you are in the tech field and somebody might be able to speak better about this here than I can, but in the tech industry, there's two main projects that will thrive, either first to market or first to stay innovative.
Hmm.
It's either you're going to get the head ground for being first to market, or you're going to get that ground and that attention for staying up to date and being able to innovate and adapt as times go. Somebody in our Telegram I think a couple weeks ago was stating, what happened to AOL? Well, they didn't stay innovative.
Yep.
And look
They,
at,
they got they got comfortable when if in this line of work within IT, if you get comfortable, you're already dying. You're dead.
yep,
Yeah.
You're already dead as a company, as an entity, as a solution. When you find yourself comfortable, it's too late.
Yeah.
You're done. You're done.
that's the
So
best way to put
Right.
it.
got a couple
You
questions
must
coming
always be
in.
on the run.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
Where
we
do we
have
want to
one
start
one
off?
68. Does it mean the mentioned companies are waiting to jump in? No, it's not like they are the ones who are waiting to jump in. But if you've read the recent announcements, Archangel is in touch with a particular company which is working with these. I mean, probably these are the companies who are clients to that particular project, right? So that's the project with Archangel is looking into in terms of leveraging their data sets and benefits to help Archangel ecosystem. So that's the way it is, just so that we do not get the wrong news out that all these other companies are waiting for. You
Yeah,
never know; they might be on the sidelines, but yeah,
yeah. There's no way to tell. But what we can say about that list of companies is that they are actively participating in the development of another product, and that
Mhm.
product is one we will likely be using, and we should be able to slap the table on the use of that product probably within the next 2 weeks, because at that point we start full blown back end development, and that solution will be named. We'll put out.
yeah. And we have a question from CryptoNut. I really want to address this. In fact, I wanted to speak about this on the cafe as well. Later, probably whenever I had time. In terms of the price point for Archangel, is there a reason why the price fell all the way back down? I mean, there is no real reason to be precise. It's how usually December's work. If you have been in crypto from the past 3 4 years time, usually December is a time for holidays. December is a time for certain corrections in the market to happen. It's the year end. People take out certain funds for various reasons, be it the holidays, be it their year end taxation system, or be it any other personal reasons that they have. But this particular year, it's a little more different. The main reason being a lot of countries are getting into regulations right now, and a lot of discussions are happening in terms of regulations. In fact, when the certain things in terms of US discussions were happening in terms of crypto, there was a big shift in the market. There were certain changes that happened in India as well in terms of announcements regarding a crypto bill, and there were a lot of changes that happened. One of the major exchanges in India literally crashed. So that's how much people started panic selling, right? So there is a lot of uncertainty right now in terms of having all these factors included. And a lot of people, as far as I have seen from my experience, usually in December, they take a break. The entire year, whatever they have invested or all those profits and stuff, they just take a break. It's more of a holiday session for them. So that's how usually crypto works. So regarding the price point, uh, you shouldn't really be worried more about it. What we need to actually look at is the volume of trade that's happening. So that's the main factor, that because for your project to be very much active in the in the crypto space, you need volume. So if you are having a good volume, then you're in good hands. That's what I would say.
Yeah. So welcome to crypto. It can be volatile. It can be all up and down, but I'm telling you, and
Yeah.
one thing, the common denominator I find out there is the projects that hold the most utility hold the hardest struggles sometimes, because it is not a pump and dump. That's the thing, is that it holds
Yeah.
that true utility. It follows a whole different mindset than what someone's used to in crypto. Let's see. And they
We have
have
a
a
bomb
surprise.
drop on the chat, and it
Hold
didn't
on.
happen here on voice. Joe did drop a bomb there. He said there's a
Oh.
surprise coming.
Yes. Is this in regards to Ophi there, or?
No,
No,
this is
it's regard to the scratch.
yeah, in regards to the question that's asking about what Scratch is giving us for reflections. So yes, so in their tokenomics, they'll be giving the Archangel staking pool 1% reflections. So you'll get 1% reflections of, you're going to get Scratch tokens just by staking Arca. But
Yeah.
they also have a surprise for us in the staking
Mhm.
pool. They are kicking around the tokenomics, like how many tokens they will mint. They haven't. Was talking with the PM today on it, and they haven't really settled on a number just yet. They're still kicking that around, working with some of the some of the different various business models that they're looking at to make sure that the tokenomics support what the token needs to be able to do within the project. However, no matter how much they put out, no matter how many tokens total supply, 1% of their total supply is going to be dropped into our staking pool within the first week of Scratch being listed. 1 week.
Okay.
So if they release 100 quad, you're going to see a whole quad of Scratch tokens get put into our staking pool at one time.
Wow.
1%.
Call me greedy, but I was hoping that the staking pool would have kept kind of hush hush until we got
It's
it
not
out,
gonna.
got some things going. No, it's not.
It's not gonna. So they outdid us on this one. These guys from Scratch, they kicked our butts on this one. I mean, we're going to do 150 trillion on one Genesis contribution, and then we're going to, in the next staking session, we're going to do 100 trillion in the next one. They're going to do 1%. So if they have the same tokenomics as us, at least the total, the total circulation, total minted, that's a quad going into our
That's huge.
staking pool. If you miss that, I don't want to hear any crying.
No.
Do not miss when these projects, especially the external ones, when they come in with these kind of benefits to the community, right? That's specifically for us.
Mm-hmm.
You need to take advantage of that. Even if you decide you don't want that token down the road, you don't like the project, get involved, expose yourself to those tokens, to that gift. And then, of course, with the pre-sale, one of the reasons why external projects come to us is for that assistance, raising the funds required for launching. They're telling us we are willing to reward Archangel holders, and this is the help that we need. So we need to help them with their pre-sale and build up those, generate those funds that are required for launch. The more we generate, the higher the launch price. The bigger the pool, the bigger the pooled ETH. But I mean, that for them to just come right out without any negotiation and say, "Yeah, we're going to dump 1% of our total supply into your pool," that's incredible.
Yes.
That's pretty big.
We're doing 1/10 of 1% with 150
Yeah.
trillion. We're a little bit less than one, or a little bit more than 1/10 of 1/15 of 1%.
Yep. There you go.
Ah,
That's
so
crazy.
Wilkinson's question before burn, if any, I mean, it entirely depends on certain projects in terms of economics. I think that's not totally under our control. No, it doesn't matter much because, see, unless and until you hold the native token, you wouldn't be. This benefit that we are speaking of is to the Archangel staking pool, right? So it's not the native token itself. So whether there's a burn or whether there is not a burn in terms of tokenomics, if there is a reflection that is built or not, that entirely depends if you're holding the native token with you, right? If you're a
Yep.
holder of the token. So since you are part of the staking pool and this is kind of a staking pool reward, I don't think it doesn't matter at all whether it's a burn after burn or before burn.
Yes.
Yeah, it's from what I understand, it's total supply. So it's if their tokenomics are one quad or whatever it is,
Mhm.
1% of the total minted before burn. The other question there that is
I think
asked,
it's more on terms of reflections. If there is a
Are we
burn
talking
that
about Johnny?
happens, no, on
yeah,
Wilkinson's
the
question.
burn, yeah, when you deploy a token, the burn happens before the burn. Like let's say they burn 10% of their tokens, they're going to send 10% of scratch to the burn wallet before
Burn
they
wallet
before they launch. That's
launch, yeah,
it's one of the last things you do before you actually launch the token is you send your
correct.
contribution to the pit.
Right. Yeah. First is what you need to do the manual transfer to that particular wallet, and then
Yeah.
you go ahead and say that it's open for trade. That's when you open the liquidity pool. Right.
Yep.
Is Scratch going to
So,
any focus on NFTs to start? Have you seen the roadmap they have? Do they expand
Yes,
more in the future to come
I have.
in line with AA?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have seen the roadmap. It is very well thought, very well planned, very methodical exploration and exploitation of a handful of sectors within crypto, all
Wow.
revolving around NFTs. So when we get the PM and the team on here in 2 weeks from today? Yeah, 2 weeks. We can ask for more specifics, and I'm sure they will tell us what they can at that time. Just keep in mind, don't be rubbed the wrong way if there's certain questions they can't answer before launch. But this is a pretty transparent team. They're going to tell us what they can to the best of their ability.
yes. So,
Nice.
guys, I see a lot of questions still that's coming up in our comments tonight, and I'm loving it. Another question from Johnny is, can you talk us through the mechanics of how staking will work? The benefits are clear, but how one will do it? Staking is fairly simple, especially with the Arca pool because this is a single stake token. You're not having to do any of the liquidity pairs. We won't get into that. And we won't confuse you there, Johnny. So with Arca, you stake. And what you'll do is you will transfer to a staking pool, essentially as if you're like transferring to a wallet as a similar concept. What you're doing is you're putting a time frame on how long you want those tokens to stay in that wallet, and you're dedicating or devoting them for that X amount of time. Now, with that, and I believe that this is how the staking pool works as a typical staking pool when it comes to getting the rewards. So the typical formulation that's used with the staking pool is the 100% that's in there is you will get a percentage of what you own of that staking pool. For example, you have 100 tokens in the staking pool, 10 people are in it, and 10 people put 10 tokens in. Every one of you is going to get an even piece of that pie. Now, if
Yep.
you divide that up and you say you have, 9 people, wait, I did this the other day and it made sense. So the more tokens that you have in the total pool is your portion of the share. The total tokens in the pool divided by your share will give you your percentage.
Yeah, it's more to do similar to your reflections, right? So if you're a holder in terms of position, if you're a higher position holder, so then definitely you will be getting more piece of the pie in terms of the reflections that comes out. The same way is how a staking pool works. But one thing that I would like to also quote over here is it is also certain projects dependent, because there are projects which give out equal reflections to all the holders or people who
Yeah.
have stake. So
Yeah.
if it is built in such a way that the tokenomics do go ahead and give out equal rewards, then you don't need to worry about how much Archangel you have staked. You would obviously be getting the equal amount of uh,
Right.
staking
Yep.
rewards. So it depends entirely on the project, but usually yes, with the tokenomics that we have been seeing, with maximum, I would say 99% of the projects, they go with how much you actually put into the
Yep.
staking pool. What's your percentage of staking pool count? But Joe, on the same lines, I just had this question in the back of my mind. I wanted to put it across. In terms of the staking pool part, what are the taxations that we are looking into? Is it just that gas fees that you will have to pay in terms of staking your tokens? Because yes, I know this question was raised a little earlier, but now that we have this new migration to the VPS portion and the contract also being migrated, I believe that this was something that was also thought of in terms of having this functionality added, where that particular what you can say extra taxation wouldn't be occurring whenever you're transferring things to a staking pool. So is that
Yeah.
something that we have thought of? So would
Yeah.
it just be
So,
the gas fees?
well, you're gonna pay the Ethereum fee to move it. It'll be just like a transfer. Like right now, if you were to
Mhm.
send to send your friend, a billion Arca tokens, you're gonna pay that fee to transfer those tokens. But one thing that I've seen in the last week or two as we're executing our budget, that I can't even describe how many Arca tokens we've saved because the devs were able to eliminate that transfer tax. It has been incredible. We have saved trillions and trillions of Arca tokens from being burned, from going all over the place, and the people who are buying them, or transferring them from one person to another. I mean, from our perspective, I kind of like the getting reflections when people make transfers, right? As not the guy transferring, but as the guy transferring, if I want to send Caddy a trillion Arca, I want him to receive a trillion Arca.
Right.
And I also don't want to have to send 1.06 trillion to Caddy just to make sure he gets a trillion. I don't want to lose,
Yeah.
what is
Six
that, 6
billion
billion,
tokens.
660? Yeah.
Yeah, six
So
billion
that's
tokens.
one thing that we've learned. The other thing that the dev team that's working on a staking pool is working on are the actual fees that we'll have to pay from the staking pool provider. So that's
Mm-hmm.
that's a different fee that we have no control over. Of course, we can negotiate it with them, and that'll be part of our contract with that staking pool provider. But as far as the tokens themselves, it should be a 1-to-1. So if you want to stake, if you have 30 trillion stake from
He'll pop back in a second. He'll
Yeah,
pop
is it
back.
just? I thought it was just me.
No.
Nope, it's you
Nope.
too. It's you too.
It's his
Yeah, I
house.
mean it's okay.
Yeah, it's
We'll
his
wait for him. Not
house.
an issue.
It'll
the
happen for
other
about
thing
30 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
there
let's
you
give
go.
it some time. Let's give it some time. All right. Ed is also on the chat. He says that no tax, just gas fee into the staking contract, and likewise gas fee to unstake towards the end of the staking. That's super cool. Thank you so much. I wanted to bring this topic up because yes, there were a lot of people who were asking me on this, and I personally also had some doubts. Wanted to have that personally clarified too. So there you have it. It's just the gas fees of transfer. One more thing I have, I'll just wait for Joe to come back and probably put the question out. So, to my understanding, 50K per wallet max. What's that? Does it have
I
to do
don't
with
think
the link? No, I
yeah, I
don't
don't
think so.
think there's anything that goes along with the pre-sale with that. It's going to, well, the pre-sales are going to be set by each individual token on their coin launches. That's something that's kind of probably going to be individual with each project there.
Mm-hmm.
So, welcome back.
There he
Hey,
is.
Joe.
What happened?
It
You
just
got
froze
cut
up
off.
on you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No worries.
yeah.
It was one of
So
those.
now, sorry, Kelly. Yeah, go on.
No, I'm just sorry. I'm just playing
All right.
around.
All right. So, yes, now we have a proper clarity that it would just be the gas fees and stuff. So, Joe, coming to the next question that I have is regarding the staking pool staking period. So, yes, it was under discussion that we would have a fixed time period, like say 30 days, 60 days, or something like that.
Yeah.
Are we also thinking on the sidelines to have a flexible staking pool reward also built? And this flexible pool would only be able to give you Archangel tokens as the rewards. No other tokens is part of the ecosystem. Are we looking into such a concept?
So Ed and team are actually spending a lot of time diving into that staking period. Using the APY, the annual percentage. Um, they are exploring the best ways for us to make the most money with staking. And luckily, we have an economist who, in Sting, who's on our project team, who is guy's phenomenally smart, incredibly smart with business, with finance, businesses, and economics. And that team is working on presenting our best solution. So if staking for 3 months, if somebody's willing to stake for 3 months, that annual percentage that they get off that 3 month stake is so much better than if you were to stake for 120 days and get reflections off of ownership. So there's just a bunch of different variables, but they're busting their butts trying to figure out the best way for those who stake to have the most benefit. And with that team that's helping us with that, whatever solution they provide to us is going to be the best one. There's no doubt in my mind. It may be a little unconventional to a lot of people who are used to traditional staking or maybe traditional reflections, the way we're used to seeing reflections in tokens. But I guarantee you, whatever solution they provide or recommend for us to take a look at, it's going to be in our best interest.
Nice.
Is there a
So one
max
more.
of Arca? No.
All right. Yeah.
There's no max.
So one more follow up on that in terms of claiming the rewards. So would this be a system where you need to go ahead and claim rewards in the staking pool, uh, or would it be directly just coming down to your wallets, even if it is an NFT drop as a project which is part of Archangel ecosystem? Would you be able to just directly see it in your wallet, or would you have to go ahead and manually claim it, or if it's an NFT, manually go ahead and mint it as well? Would you have to go through that process?
Yeah, from what I understand, the process is going to be the exact opposite of depositing into the staking pool. So when that staking period is ended, you decide to withdraw those tokens. You'll withdraw them from the staking pool and transfer them into your wallet. So it should be that simple. That makes it sound really simple, but of course we'll get more information on the withdrawal process. How to claim your rewards and move them. How to move them into your wallet.
Yeah. So one thing that I would like to definitely see, my personal opinion over here, is in terms of having those claims done at one go for all those tokens out there instead of individual claims happening, right? Like say, if it's a staking ecosystem that is built out, say 10 projects are part of the staking pool and you're getting 10 different tokens. I believe if possible, again, on a technical aspect, we should have a single claim button so that the gas fees that we pay is just one shot, and instead of having individual claims for each token, so that you need to you will have to pay it 10 times, right? And one more thing which I am thinking of on my aspects is in terms of the gas fees that you actually pay, because Archangel is not limited to only Ethereum side. Archangel is also opening its ecosystem out to any of the cross chains that are out there, be it Polygon or be it BSC and stuff. Those kind of projects which are on those chains would definitely be part of the ecosystem down the lane. Now, when such a thing happens,
Well, hold on. Let me interrupt you there.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We just seen it too.
Huh?
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. What I was going to say is we're not going to accept external projects or build internal projects on other chains until we have a staking pool that can handle those other chains. So we're not going to go. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole with a project that says, "Hey, I'm a BSC project," and they get 2 weeks from launch, and we still can't get a staking solution. So that you're right. It'll come. It's coming. But we're not gonna drive. We're not gonna let the projects drive that. We're gonna drive it through the staking pool.
Wow, that's nice. That was my main concern, because if you have those cross-chain projects which are part of the ecosystem, then claiming those rewards, how would you pay the gas fees? Would it be in Ethereum or would it be in the native chain? So that means that if you want to claim those tokens, you definitely need to have that native network chain token. Like if it's a BSC, you need to have BNB to claim that rewards, right? So that was the thought that I was having. But yeah, you have cleared it now. Thanks for that, Joe.
So Ed had posted this in here as we were talking about the time frame for staking. He wanted to post this in here about a user can unstake using emergency withdrawal. Now, if the user
Mm-hmm.
unstakes during this emergency withdrawal, he will forfeit his earnings, and the earnings will be shared amongst all other stakers. So
It's
it gets
Wow.
essentially put back in the pool.
Yeah, it gets back in the pool.
This is for
But
the
you know,
Archangel withdrawal, right?
welcome to life. Welcome to things that
Yeah.
happen in life where you may need you may need access to those tokens to cash out and do what you need to do to to take care of your family or whatever. But
Yep.
that's a really important aspect that Ed's talking about, because a lot of staking pools you're locked and you can't get out. Like there is no emergency. There's no break glass in case of emergency. So that's a
True.
feature that it's actually pretty cool.
No, I really love that feature because yes, until and unless you have a flexible staking pool and you have a fixed period staking pool, you do not have that option of going ahead. As far as I haven't seen any other project which has that particular option of emergency withdrawal within a lock time period. I mean, even on Binance, on where you have that lock-in period, right? That's the only place where I've seen you can actually remove those staking tokens if you have locked it for a certain amount
Mhm.
of period. But then, yeah, you need to forfeit your rewards there as well. That's how the staking pool works. I mean, that's the main reason why you stake. You cannot just stake it for 10 days and get those reflections just because you're having. I mean, think of it this way. Uh, if you're having a trillion tokens and you're the biggest holder in the staking pool, you would be the one who would be receiving the biggest rewards. So if at all you having that flexibility in terms of getting those rewards, if you're just taking it for 10 days, you just be there for 10 days, unstake it, get those rewards, and then again come back again, stake it for 10 days and then get those rewards. I mean, you keep doing it in and out, in and out, and you will still be the person who would be getting that maximum benefit, right? Whereas the other people who are having lesser number of tokens or stake for a longer period of time, they would definitely not be receiving that fair share of the reward. So this is how
Yeah,
the actual staking pool always works. So that's pretty good. You need to forfeit your rewards if you want to go ahead and withdraw it before the time period that you have locked it in.
yeah. I
That's
think
nice.
staking is for long-term investors. It's not for people flipping.
Yeah.
It's not for day traders. If you stake a token, you're saying, I'm with this project for X amount of time. I'm willing to put my stake in that pool and leave it. And that it's
Yeah.
designed to reward people who have that approach as an investment strategy. It's not for in and out, in and out, in and out. You're not gonna. It's gonna do you no good to be in and out of staking pools like some people are with other tokens.
Absolutely. Yeah. That would lead to the same old concept of a pump and dump also in trading, right? So it's of no use that you have such a concept built in the staking part. That's nice.
Mhm.
BSC and Matic staking is in the pipeline. Really nice to hear that. I'm excited.
So,
I'll wait for how much of a longer it takes. I know it will be good.
yeah, now one good question that I might have once the staking pool comes about is when your time does expire, are you going to have an X amount of time to pull it out? Because one of the things that, with any staking pool, you can run into impermanent, I don't even like this word, it's such a dirty word in my book, but impermanent loss. Now,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you can
No,
counter
I
that
don't.
if you're watching price action. So when the staking pool and your time expires, are we going to have a set amount of days that we have to pull from that staking pool to actually remove that liquidity?
So you mean like
Can
we
I-
talked about having like an open season where there's like 7 days in between staking periods where you can move in and out freely with no penalties?
Oh, I guess a better way of putting it is I utilize Uniswap and some of their Unicrypt and some of their liquidity farms, and there'll be rewards, say, for 3 months. Well, after that
Yeah.
3 months is your staking period, and that's up. You can leave your tokens in there as long as you want. You're just not collecting reflections or anything on it, and you can kind of counter some of that IP or IL coming out.
Yeah. That's a good question for Ed to ask. I think once they get more clarity on the ins and out, the rules for in and out.
Yep, that might be a little
Mhm.
preconceptual for me.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
but
as a
would we really
staker.
see impermanent loss when you're just taking your tokens? Because it's mainly to do with the liquidity pairing, right?
Yeah.
Yep, it goes
Yeah.
by the
So
dollar amount, not the amount of tokens.
exactly. So since here of the staking pool that we are speaking of, we are just putting in Archangel tokens. We are not pairing it with Ethereum or any other token as a liquidity pool. So I don't know whether there is an impermanent loss that would actually occur. You're just taking your tokens and you're taking your tokens back, and I mean, the market price would be driving the token price up and down, but you're still going ahead and receiving the same amount of tokens that you're taking. That's like having in your wallet but in a different wallet. That's it, right? So impermanent loss ideally occurs when you have a pairing that is done with liquidity. That's my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know. I'm a little confused now.
No, I
Certain
think
size-
Caddy described it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Catching up with a couple
All
little
right, I
glitches
think
going on.
I'll just hold on to that once we get more details on the staking pool. I think it's too early for me to think of all those stuff. Yeah, let me just keep that on hold.
Yep.
Too early.
I know I'm jumping the gun. I'm like, oh, let's
All
go.
right, we have another bomb
Guys.
on the chat. Ed just dropped another bomb. First reward staking pool is set to 90 days lock period. So there you have it. The minimum that you will have to stake your Archangel tokens is for 90 days.
Yes, first time go.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you make that 90-day commitment.
Mhm.
I already know what's going to happen in those first 90 days. So even if staking isn't for you, don't miss the first 90 days.
Yeah,
Just
That's-
I know.
Don't miss it.
There's been plenty of people
You
in
know,
the Discord
food for
that, like,
thought.
question about
Food
it.
for
And I was
thought.
like, just
Don't miss it.
do it.
Not
Yeah.
advice, not financial advice. Just
No,
Not
no.
financial advice.
All
It's
right,
just
all right.
100 trillion and
Not-
150 trillion.
put it up,
That's it.
Kelly. Put it up.
Yeah, yep. Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah.
Julian from
And, okay, hold on.
It's
I
not
think
financial
Quester was saying something. I'm sorry, Quester. Please go on.
No, you're good. No, I was like, I was seeing some things on, like, especially Discord recently. Some people are like, "Oh, I don't know about staking." Like, just do the first period. You won't regret it. Like, just go for it. And I'm gonna say it again. Just go for it, guys. Even if you're doing like 10%, 10% is not gonna kill you.
Well,
Again,
So-
not financial advice, but it's definitely great. It's a great idea to get in there, and it's a great opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially for someone who doesn't know a lot about staking. The one thing about Arca staking pool, and I can't believe I'm about to use this word with it because it's everything but simplistic, but to the user interface, to get into a staking pool, it's going to be very simple. And the rewards that I am not that hype talker, but it's going to be insane in those first 90 days.
They're
See,
gonna.
I don't
let me
know
just
how to
put it
say it.
across-
They're gonna be really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
because you
put
all
this
know I'm
into
not one that likes to
perspective,
create
right?
FOMO or anything like that. I just like to be that realistic person. But realistically, you don't want to freaking miss it. Like, I'm not.
Okay. Let's speak stats. Let's just speak stats. On numbers front, suppose there are 10 people who have started staking right now. The maximum rewards that they would be receiving is just those 10 people, right? Instead of
Right.
100 that would come a little later. So the earlier you are into the staking pool, it's just like getting into a token at the launch time, right? So the more sooner you are in terms of getting into the token, the more reflections that you would get, no matter how much volume or what's your position in the later stages as it progresses, right? So, for example, if you're holding 0.5% of the entire supply today and someone else, a big whale comes in and takes 1%, sure shot, your position is lost, but you will still be receiving a lot of reflections because of that particular purchase alone, right? So, that's the benefit you get of being an early investor. The same way here with staking pool, because the entire pool is actually quite less at the beginning. The more sooner you are into the staking pool, the more better the rewards you would be able to reap.
Mhm.
Just starts, not financial advice again. I mean, you can keep
Yes.
running that.
I was gonna say,
Just
you
an
can see that
observation.
level.
Just an observation from a simple mind. Don't miss
Yes.
it.
Yeah. Wilkinson staking is not so complicated. I think it would be even more simpler than you think. But yeah, I mean,
Yep.
let's just wait for the actual pool to come out. I think we will have I mean, speaking on it on a verbal front would somewhat seem a little complicated, but once you see the visual appearance, I think it will be much more easier. So, my thought, let's just wait. Hold on once we get more info on the pictorial representation of the staking pool, and then we can have a lot of discussion on that. I mean, we are here to make it easy for everyone.
Yeah. We don't. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. It's
Yeah.
going to sound harder than it is, and we'll certainly get a ton of traffic in the socials about how to do it. And we will certainly put out a guide to staking for Arca so that it is cut and dry, black and white. But it's a learning curve for all of us. We'll learn it as we go, and we'll teach others how to do it once we learn it.
Yeah, and we'll be here. Arca Cafe will be here. I'll
Yep.
be there. Quester will be there. Caddy will be there.
We'll all be here.
Probably we will also keep. Yeah, we'll also do tutorials and we'll also report benefits. I'll put in definitely my views and Caddy will put in his views. Quester will put in his views. We'll put in all our views together and probably there would be much more information for everyone out there who is getting into the Archangel ecosystem or who wants to stake their tokens. We'll make it possible for you. We'll make it as transparent and as easy for everyone who is probably new to crypto and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm
Trust me, I have found a very good platform where I can easily lay out instructions word for word for word for word.
wow. What's
Yes.
that?
It's one of Google Documents that I end up using. It's just a very useful tool. I use it in my daily life right now. I literally put pictures to my life today. This is what
Wow,
I need
nice.
to do. Throw it in there. It's pretty cool. But
Nice.
yeah. So like I've been practicing on working on tutorials and working on how-tos, not only trying to do video content, but I'm also trying to do written publications as well. And because,
Good.
some people like video, some people like to have a little reading material.
Yeah. Medium articles.
Yes. That's exactly what, yep.
That's nice. So I guess now we need to give the limelight to Guardian.
Oh, yeah, this
It's
can no
been quite
longer
some
be called the
time.
Archa Cafe.
No.
Thanks, Joe.
The Archa Cafe was nice while it lasted.
No, it will always be the Archa Cafe. I'm sorry. It's
How
my
about we have
family's
the Archa
roots.
Cafe, and then we have a Guardian Cafe.
You know
We'll
what?
do that.
It-
Yeah, there we go.
if I have Joe's permission, can we show a little clip that was made for Guardian?
Oh yeah, yeah, you can show that.
Yeah,
It's one
let's
of
see
the
if I can
ones-
get her
it's one-
pulled up here.
It's one of the ones we
By
already
the way-
published.
Yep.
On
I just
Twitter.
wanna
Yeah,
make
content
sure.
creators that want to do a Guardian Cafe.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Just
you
let us
can do that.
know.
So give me 1 second here. I got a
Because
million and one
Quester
files.
a year from now, Quester, you're going to have like 100 cafes. Like you're going to have like 8 a day. You're not going to know what's going on. You just do-
It will be that full-time job.
That's what I have.
Yes.
Those,
Were you?
I got the major teams underneath me.
Oh, I gave a little sneak peek. Are we ready?
That is
Yep.
So-
Go on.
Let the world see what's about to be. Here we go. Well, that,
Here we go.
yeah,
Just chills right
Either
there.
it's
that's crazy. Oh, and the colors, it's like it's eye grabbing. It's like, hey,
I didn't even see it.
you didn't see it.
Oh,
No.
Did any of you see it?
Now
Oh,
play it again.
crap.
Play it again. I saw it, but I want to see it again. Play
I
it.
just
All
saw
right,
I
let's
just saw a black screen. But one of the videos we've
Yeah.
seen it. Yeah, I can't see it.
Okay, then we're gonna go about this a different way.
Yeah, big deal.
If I'm worried if you can't see it, sir, I don't think anybody else can. So we have.
did anybody else see it?
I was able to see it.
Huh.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was able to see. I hope.
It
everybody-
could just be me.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah. Well, I guess what? If you missed it this time, I'm sorry for you. You'll just have to
Sorry.
wait and stay tuned.
I think, anyways, this will be recorded, and once we see it again on YouTube, right after the live stream is done, we will be
Yeah,
able to
they
see
saw
it.
it. So
True.
Yeah.
looks like it's on my end, but it's cool. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. When that light shine, guys, watch the heck out, crypto. Just watch the heck out. That's all you can say.
It's gonna be.
And make sure over the next 2 weeks, I know with holidays and a lot of folks that are traveling, spending time with family and friends, a lot of people taking off for some well-deserved vacation from work, maybe this time of year. Just don't lose track of the Telegram just at least maybe every other day, every 2 days at most, check in and at least check in with the announcement page so that you don't get too far behind if you can.
Yeah, this is not financial advice, but promise you, do not miss that Telegram. Stay up to date with your investments. Stay up to date
Stay
with
up
what's
to date.
happening. It's
Yeah.
going to be a big few weeks rolling into 2022.
Yeah, I mean, and of course,
There's been a
it's
calm
it's
week.
our objective never to surprise our community with things that affect them financially. You know what I mean? Like we're not going to say, "Hey, in 10 minutes this is happening." Like we won't do that. But there is a lot of information that's coming in the next few weeks that give you an idea of what the ecosystem is looking like, what some of the projects, how they're coming along, their development tracks, and it's just good information to have.
Yeah.
We're doing a special Archa Cafe at noon, right?
I have not had a chance to talk to Mr. Osland. That's what I was trying to get in
Oh.
before this started. When I was asking you about what's the time frame. So
Yeah. Tell me.
before I let Joe run with this real quick, would you be available now? I'm not quick at math here, so I guess that would fall on December 25th for you. And what was the time frame you were talking about there, Joe? On the 24th for us Eastern time, noon Eastern.
Noon on the 24th.
So that would be.
But here's the thing too: is we don't like as long as we have the channel, we just want to hop on here, wish people a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. A couple quick announcements that we have, one special announcement that we have, and then let people get on with their day.
Yep.
Yeah. What's the time frame that we're looking at?
It would only be for about a half hour.
Yeah, about a half
may
hour.
not even need that.
No, I mean, is it like 12 p.m. in the afternoon, or
It
what
would
is
be
the
12
actual
p.m.
approx
It would be 12 p.m. So that you said that you are
UTC?
12 p.m. That would be EST. So that would make it help me out
EST,
here.
is it?
5.
Wait,
That would make it 5 UTC, right?
let me just check.
I know I am
Well-
not the best with time zones.
I can make it. If it's 12 p.m. or even 2 p.m., I can still make it. It's just 10:30 p.m. for me. So it's
How many hours ahead are you? I mean, what
I think
are you-
10 and a half hours
Okay.
by the looks of it. Yeah. Right now. At least
So,
with the
yeah, so
daylight
it'd be-
savings.
It'll be 10 o'clock at night for him, which is late. But
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I can make it. It's fine. I usually sleep at 2 a.m. in the morning. So I have my day job and then I get on to crypto after 6:37. And it's all crypto for me till 1 a.m., 2 a.m. as such. So
Prime
Crispy
example.
says, "Is anyone allowed to join?" Yes. So that's a 12 noon Eastern time on Friday, December 24th. It is for everybody. It's already been
Yes.
announced in a Telegram, and we'll make more announcements.
Yeah, this is.
So, Crispy, are you hinting at something?
Shh. No.
Let's see the other surprises. We're gonna see Crispy.
I see you, Crispy. I see you. No. I think I've
Is
had
it
way
like
too much coffee today.
I see you, or it's just that I see you?
Yeah, I see
Remember Avatar? Hey, I see you.
you. Christmas with the Arca fam, says Dr. Brian Bowick.
Yeah. Nice. It will be fun.
Really?
Yeah, I'll be there to join in.
Yes, this all kind of aspired earlier today. And again, usually when we're getting ready for the Arca Cafe, it is literally hustle and bustle till the moment it's time to get on. But yes, thank you, Mr.
Right.
Oswald. So guys, big announcement, Arca Cafe. Nice little stream for you guys. And also another big announcement. It's also going to be streamed to the Archangel YouTube channel as well. That will be the very first one that will hit that channel. And look forward to hosting on Arca's platform directly going forward, or adding to the platform. It's been a hurdle trying to overcome for a while, and we finally been able to overcome that. So, okay, it got awkwardly quiet, guys. What the heck?
Oh, sorry. I was actually checking the announcement channel.
Oh, you're good. I'm just like, see, Christmas with the Arca fam, 12 noon U.S. Eastern time on the 24th of December, 30 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
you
our
can
first
if you're able to join in. We'll have some information to pass. We're also going to announce the award winners for the logo competition too. So we'll have that just as a quick announcement.
Nice.
Go through the top 3. But
And
there's some other stuff.
Yeah, some good luck to the people who entered the logo competition.
Yeah,
Always,
they look good.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I always
Yeah.
love seeing the artwork coming in.
I was gonna say there's some pretty good logos. I gotta admit, it was really hard trying to pick which ones I actually liked that over others, because I mean all of them were phenomenal.
Mhm.
Yes.
Hey,
It was
Crispy said he may join on that.
Now
He says
Says
I
he
shall
shall
make
if
my
he's going
debut.
to.
He
But
said I
then,
shall make my
yeah.
debut.
awesome.
Really?
Can't wait to see him, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
So, yeah, because it sounds like that day, we may take up about 15, 20 minutes of the floor, and then we're going to, hit those announcements.
Okay.
I-
While we are at it, did anyone have a look at what Get the Bread actually gave us?
What'd she give us here? What am I missing?
There was an
Yeah.
announcement on a competition for the
I-
prize prediction again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just came out on Archangel Contest Official. So, can you go ahead and announce it?
26th, right? Starting on the 26th.
Yep.
So, 8 p.m. Oh, wait.
Maybe
No, we're talking about for the
27, yeah.
competition. It's going to
Yeah.
start on the 24th, starting at 8. It's going to start on the
Oh,
24th at 8 a.m.
okay.
UST and end on the 27th at 8 p.m. UST for a
Yep.
total edit window of 84 hours over the holiday.
You're right.
Cool.
So the snapshot will be taken on 2nd of Jan 2022. That's the date
Yes.
that the snapshot would be taken, and based on that, you have an option to win 500 billion Archangel tokens. I would love to have those.
Yes.
So is she? So I imagine that's the same night as our Archa Cafe. So she'll probably do like she did last time and let us know who the winners were, right? During the cafe.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems to work well as long as I know Lucifer was helping out the team with keeping track of everything.
Yeah, I think that she was going to announce the winners at 8 p.m. on 1/2. Yep, that she'll be coming on to make that announcement.
Cool.
Nice,
Yep.
guys.
So a quick roundabout. 24th,
Are
the
we
contest is opening.
trouble?
Till 27th, the contest will be live. So you can log in all your price prediction entries from between 24th to 27th. That's 8 p.m. Right? Yeah, it's 8 p.m. EST time frame. After which a snapshot will be taken on 2nd of January 2022, and if the exact price is there, yes, it's fine. Else, the closest price that would be matching, there will only be one price of 500 billion Archangel tokens. That's the whole contest is all about. So, go do your own research, get your technical analysis done, and predict.
I'm going to shoot just as high as I did last time. I hope I got faith. You know what? We may even increase it. I don't know. We'll see.
Go bigger.
I feel
Yeah.
like
Go home.
Joe made us one promise. Like, I can't say promise. He made one comment a couple months back. And he said when Christmas comes around, you're going to be staring and he's going to hope it's a great Christmas. And you know what? I still have that belief. When I was putting my tree up the other night, I just got lost looking at my angel for a while. And
Don't miss the cafe on the 24th.
uh-oh.
I'm excited now.
Yeah. Oh, guys, I told you. Like just.
Why
the
do I
feeling when
feel
put it up.
Caddy already knows what's coming?
Nobody knows.
No.
Nobody knows. Okay.
Well,
Intuition. Intuition.
All right. I get you.
I remember one thing with Joe. He doesn't waste a breath. He doesn't waste a finger stroke without meaning something. And like I said, a few
That's
months
true.
back, he said that on Christmas Day, that it's going to be a special Christmas this year. And you know what? No matter what, it is special. Arca
gonna be
is in our
special.
lives.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
That's
it's-
nice.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
guess-
going to be.
Caddy, we
Blessed.
kind of a little lost. Got a little lost in terms of not covering the announcements on the Guardian. I think we'll need to get back to that.
Yes.
Let's run through the entire announcement for Guardian, especially the one where I believe on the components section, where there were 7 components for Archangel. Now that is scratched out since Joe did come out and drop another bomb that it's not 7, it will be more than that. But yeah, the initial aim was to have more than 4 components up and running and ready before the token actually launches for Guardian. So that's pretty big in my honest opinion, because you're almost having more than, I mean, around 60%, I would say, out of that 7 components which were initially planned. At least you're having 60% of the work already completed for that particular project before the token launches. And certain other stuff, yeah, it definitely takes time. It takes time. If it takes time, yeah, it means that it's actually going to be better than what we can actually expect in a short span. So yeah, that's pretty nice to see. And for all the people who are thinking what is Archangel Guardian all about, I think my one liner for it is a one-stop shop for all your crypto research. That's a one liner that I would put across. So it would be a platform where it leverages many other uh, websites or video platforms and stuff like that, where it just ensures that you have the data available for you from various other sources, but in one single spot or one single place, right? Be it your charts, be it your information regarding the token, be it your contract address, be it your certain YouTube related videos as such, and certain other concepts which would be uh, required for you to do the research, like basically to get to know what the token is all about and how is it doing in the market. So for that, you would have a one-stop shop for all that information, probably concised in a presentable manner and easy to understand interface. That's my thought. I haven't been yet to see how the entire interface works, in fact, so I'm excited to see that. That's what Guardian is all about in a nutshell. That's what I would like to say. So Questa, anything to add from your side?
Yeah, no, basically just how you said, it's going to be anything, everything you need for research, but in one place only. So you already don't have to waste time trying to find different sites and have different windows open on your computer. And it also runs less risk of you finding places that are not reliable or fake. You just stay in that one spot that's that it's real, that will give you actual information, and that's being backed by real and actual factual sites and also charts. And also for the answer 68. Yeah, none of us, I don't think any of us can imagine 100% what's actually going to happen, man. That's just the craziness and excitement of
Yeah.
all of this. This is just
Just remember what I said earlier, and we've said this a few times, that and Caddy mentioned it earlier. I think all of you guys have said this at one time or another over the cafes, that we're in this to find like-minded projects and companies in the world that have the same core values that we do and the same goals and mission that we have. We're going to find them. We're going to figure out how we can partner with them, work together, and if we continue to do that, then we quickly expand the capability that we have quickly. And that
definitely.
you're going to see that in the next couple of weeks. You're going to see it. I'm telling you, you'll learn more about it on the 24th, but it's coming. And we're not, once that, like we've said before, once that door is open, that door is open. So
Nice.
it's
So Joe, I have another hard question for you. Is Archangel thinking of having its own blockchain?
not that I'm aware of this early. It may be something that is a phased target down the road, but there are so many problems we can solve right now that don't involve blockchains, that really impact crypto enthusiasts and digital asset enthusiasts. That, I mean, yeah, we could create a blockchain, but what problem does that solve? What are we solving?
Exactly.
And what other problems are we ignoring to solve that problem? So
Yeah.
it's more of a best case analysis or best value analysis to figure out what we can do soonest, fastest, more accurate.
Yeah. The main reason why I brought this particular question up is a lot many people do think that okay, having a blockchain for a project is something really big. But what I would like to put across is having a blockchain for a project which is probably like for Archangel, in fact, in particular, which is supposed to be an ecosystem in place, right? So you're actually limiting that what you can say, the partnerships that you can get into. The main reason here being, if you have your own blockchain, you will need the other projects also to be on your blockchain to leverage that benefit. So you cannot get the rewards on other cross-chain platforms, which is little more complicated, like we were discussing earlier, right? So if a project is there on the BSC side, it cannot so easily get into Archangel Ethereum side ecosystem. It needs a cross bridge. It needs a lot of technical aspects that need to be involved in terms of taking rewards and all the stuff that's there. So, building a blockchain also is not a simple thing, right?
No.
And you need to have a use case for the blockchain altogether. So if you are building a game and you want to have a blockchain of your own, it makes sense. If you're building an entire what you can say, uh, I just kind of got lost over there. Okay, a layer 2 solution, I would say, right? So increase the scalability for an existing network. Then that, yeah, is a thing that you can look out for. But there are a lot many solutions that are already available. Why duplicate the same? You're supposed to leverage those which are available right now, do it better. The goal here is to always look for a step ahead of what needs to be done, rather than just copy pasting the same step that each other person is doing out there. Having a blockchain is not so simple as we think, but it will complicate certain things, especially with Archangel's plan in terms of future movement right now, at least. In the future, if there is a concept of becoming a platform agnostic or probably blockchain agnostic stuff. I mean, like, the movement between cross chains becomes much more easier and simpler than what it is today. Then, yeah, probably having an own blockchain for Archangel would definitely benefit with that particular concept. But right now, my personal honest opinion, yeah, it's good that we do not have a blockchain at this early stage. The main reason being, there are a lot of solutions available out there. We can just leverage them. That's all I would say.
Definitely, it's not so much of trying to reinvent the wheel, and you're trying to innovate the wheel. You're trying to take the thing
Exactly.
that's already exists and make it better. And
Yeah.
right now, currently, we would just be reinventing the wheel for nothing if we were to do our own blockchain. And I don't really see a real huge necessity for us to have our own blockchain.
Yeah.
That may change as time goes on, but again, that's something we're gonna have to let time basically show us.
Yep.
Exactly. And like I said, it's not easy, right? It minimum takes you 6 months to have a proper blockchain build, and that too on a layer 2 level,
Oh yeah,
right? So on a layer 1 level, if you want to build a blockchain, in my honest opinion, if you want a solid blockchain layer 1 solution, it would take a minimum of an year for you to get that up and running. It's not as easy as people think. If people think that, okay, we can just go ahead and build a blockchain within 2-3 months, no, it's not possible. And if you are able to build such a blockchain within 2 to 3 months, trust me, that will not be a blockchain. It will be just a shit chain. It will be whole thing with a lot of problems. Yeah.
Yes.
I
definitely.
mean, honestly, in the initial stages, Polygon did go through it. I mean, Polygon is India based, so I know a little more details on that. So they did go through the same phase initially when they were building that layer 2 solution for Ethereum. That's when they geared up, got some things together, and then they spent some time innovating, finding out new solutions, and that's when that particular time frame is now bearing fruit for them. So it's not a simple concept that you can just have a, you just sit there on your computer, you just spend a week's time and say, okay, yeah, I built a blockchain.
Right.
Not
Yeah,
so
it's
simple
not
as
that
that.
simple.
Yeah. I
We may
mean,
be able to roll the words easily off our tongue, and a lot
yeah.
of times developers are like, "What the heck did you just think of? You want me to do what?"
I mean,
It's because we understand the words, we just don't understand the technical side of it. That's
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
issue.
I know what I want, and I want it now. Dang it!
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that was like, okay. I mean, Ed will be thinking, why is Aslan actually doing all this stuff to us?
Yeah, like, what doors are you opening, boy?
Get a private DM from him later.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Aslan.
No, speaking of blockchain once again.
No.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, why I actually brought this topic up is because there are a lot of projects which are saying that, okay, we are going to come out with our own blockchain right now. I mean, it's not so simple as you speak, right? So And people do sway into that angle, thinking that okay, they're coming out with their own blockchain, yeah, it will be big, it's their own thing. And see, building a blockchain is one part, but utilizing that blockchain is another one altogether. So you need
Right.
projects to leverage that blockchain, only then that blockchain makes sense. You
Yes.
can sit and build your blockchain for an entire year, and after which, if there are no people who are using your blockchain, what use is it for your entire effort of one whole year?
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
you need to build that use case for your blockchain. You need to know what actual solution you're providing with your blockchain, which no other thing or no other blockchain is actually doing. Like I know of one specific project which is based out of Vietnam, I believe. They have their own blockchain. I won't name it, but you can just go look it up in Google. It's government backed. The Vietnamese government is actually backing that entire blockchain project. That is the use case, because since the government is backing it, the government will definitely leverage the power of the blockchain, right? So
Oh yeah.
that's a use case that you definitely have. So such kind of use cases is where you need to go ahead and think, yeah, you're going ahead and building a metaverse, having your own blockchain definitely makes a lot of sense, right? Because you have a lot many things going ahead with that particular concept. So the same way, and here with Archangel ecosystem, it's very early in my opinion to have your own blockchain. It's very very early, because
Oh yeah.
first and foremost, you need to have all those project partnerships built. You need to first build the ecosystem per se. After which, once you have everything, all your tools ready. By tools, I
Mm-hmm.
mean all those partnerships, all those ventures that are part of Archangel ecosystem. Once you have the entire ecosystem built per se, you have say around 50 projects as part of Archangel ecosystem. You go ahead and have your own blockchain, then which actually gives them a more beneficial concept in terms of being in this blockchain which Archangel would build. Then yeah, that's a use case that you are going to look out for. So first build the use case and then go ahead with the blockchain. Do not
Right.
build a blockchain and search for use cases. That is not going to work right now.
No, no.
No.
Like you just said, with the development path, the time frame that it consumes, the dollars that it consumes, the developers that it consumes, you could jump into, anybody could build one if they want, but yeah, you're right. You're a
Mm.
year out. What innovation's going to happen in a year? And what are more pertinent problems? You already got 8, 10 people building
Yeah.
blockchains. Why? Let them build what they're building. Let Arca innovate. Let them kind of bring into the table what's to come. What does crypto need? And that's where they asked us. It will be inevitable to break free from the current bonds of crypto, just like renounce contracts based off cookie cutter contracts. Yep, change will
Yeah.
happen.
Oh yeah.
You're right.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
that's
just
what
part of.
I'm having. Oh, yeah, sorry, Questa.
I was gonna say that's just part of crypto. They're gonna things
Yeah.
are gonna keep changing. Things are gonna keep evolving, and I mean, just as how the internet came out. You got to keep up with them, or you're gonna be
Yep.
history. You're gonna
Yeah.
be
Yes.
something
See,
people get to read about and be like, "Oh, that was cool. It existed."
Yeah.
Sure, it
according to me, when
existed.
you need to have your own blockchain, it is at a point where transition between blockchains becomes easy. That would really give you a lot of value to have your own blockchain.
Oh yeah.
And again, like I said, the use case should be first built. It is not like we are in the early stages of crypto. There are already almost around, as far as I know, around 25 to 30 blockchains already there, as far as I know, right? So
Yeah, a lot
25 to
more
30
than
is what is there. I don't know if there are a lot more.
a
But
saturated
yeah,
space is what that is.
yeah. I mean, how easy for it? How easy for a user to go ahead and keep shuffling around between various blockchains that are out there? You have Ethereum with you. Switching over to Polygon Ethereum is quite easy. If you're on OpenSea network, you can just go ahead and do it with a swish, right? So
Hmm.
that's an easy concept. Yeah. So Ethereum to Polygon is fine. But what if it is an XYZ blockchain which only has its own native swap, that you need to always go to their own particular website, their own particular portal, and that is full of bugs? Is it so
Yep.
easy for you? And every
Yeah.
single time you want to go ahead and use their blockchain, you need to go ahead and use their own swap that is out there. There is no other easy mechanism. And on top of it, I have seen certain projects where there are literally no use cases apart from you going out and purchasing few NFTs for that particular game or metaverse, whatever it is. It's just like you're just purchasing a few NFTs. So just for having those NFTs purchased, you're spending a whole lot of gas fees, especially on the Ethereum side.
Hmm.
That's a total bummer. And how many people would obviously go ahead and buy that NFTs? Only those people who are in that particular native blockchain. And how many people or users would you be there having there? Very very less. Why would you go ahead and use a blockchain which is not having that much of traffic, when you already have something which is even better and available readily in the market,
Hmm.
right?
Oh yeah.
So, guys, I will be right back. Joe made me jealous there. I've been out for
Oh
a
yeah.
while. I gotta go get a refill.
Never run out. Never run out.
I know, right? All right, guys. I will be right back.
Yeah.
You can't
No
run out.
problem.
I can't right now.
You can't run out of coffee.
Oh yeah, no.
Next time,
Alright.
get a jug next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Move down.
the coffee machine is probably gonna go right back here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now
Just gonna
that's a
keep caddy,
solution.
just go.
Yeah.
Yep. Just reach back.
In the middle of the stream, just turn around and get his
No.
coffee.
Actually, Caddy is going to have the robotic arm from an Iron Man movie, right? It just you command it and it just gives you what you want, right? So that
Yes.
robotic arm, yeah.
Yes,
Hey,
I just
coffee.
don't look. I reach back. Oh, there it is.
yeah.
Hey, Dan
Yeah.
has a good point in there. Archangel platform is like no other. People preach are the things we are doing. Food for thought. Like this. Let's think about this real quick. Some of the major projects and programs and tokens and coins that are out there do not have the flexibility that we have right now. They
Mhm.
do not have the ability to pivot. They don't have the ability to expand into certain things. Either they're too big, their smart contract won't allow them to do it. Maybe they've got technical debt that doesn't allow them to pivot quickly without exposing their investors and holders to a lot of risk. And we are uniquely positioned to partner with those projects and help them solve the problems that they can't solve by themselves. Not because they don't want to, it's just maybe the risk is too high for them to do it. Maybe there's other circumstances that they've got to focus on. So what we are positioning ourselves to do is help like-minded projects solve problems. And if we can maintain that attitude, we're going to be busy until we're all in the ground.
Yeah.
Because there will always be challenges, there will always be problems as crypto grows. As the more we adopt it, the more we learn, the more issues that we uncover, solutions are going to be required. So
Absolutely.
it's a
And
great.
it's a two-way platform, right? So when Archangel is providing that support for growth potential for that particular project, on the sidelines or contrary, you can see a great project where Archangel also can learn from it. It's a leverage on both sides. It's a technology which is still untapped and no one is aware about, and they approaching Archangel would definitely give us the first hand experience in terms of knowing what their entire technology is, and uh, leveraging that would probably in the future, you never know, it would be like giving a very big upper hand in terms of Archangel to bolster it further.
Well,
So
and how do you solve more problems faster and more efficiently? You farm them out. If you can find other
yeah,
projects that are willing to help you solve problems that you also have, like why wouldn't you do that? Like
absolutely.
that's the beauty of partnerships and forming,
Hmm.
finding like-minded projects. We can solve each other's problems a lot faster.
Yeah,
And for projects to say they don't have challenges and problems, that's
Uh-huh.
impossible. It's crypto.
Yep.
It's with how fast everything
yeah,
is moving. There's going to be challenges. You solve one, and there's two around the corner. A lot of software developers will even laugh. Well, they don't laugh because it really makes them mad. But they
yeah.
fix one bug, and the solution to the bug creates two new bugs.
Yes.
So that's common in software development, where you fix one and you create two more. But
Right.
we are actively looking for those companies and projects and organizations that have that same mentality that we do, and instead of fighting them and being cannibalistic within crypto, which is what a lot of crypto is, it's not survival of the fittest. That it could be, and it is for a lot of people, but it's really not. It's form
Yeah,
partnerships and make the whole experience better for everybody.
Yep.
exactly. It's a strategic approach that is needed in crypto for you to thrive and sustain. It's
It's a
not
mindset.
that, yeah, it's
It's a
not the
mindset.
competition, or it's not like putting some other project down just because my project is bigger than that. No, if that's the way, then it only goes a little while. You all those pump and dump concepts, that's all you're going to get. All those hype and all those comparisons that you usually do, without a proper use case and without understanding the potential of the other projects and leveraging their plus points, you're not going to go further. I mean,
Yeah.
it's only be a short term, 1 year,
Yeah.
2 years, that's it, you're done. You
Well,
have nothing new to offer, right?
just think about the diversity of problems that we experience in
Yeah.
crypto and how, because of our size, we may not have a certain problem that another project has because they're either bigger than us or they've grown faster, or maybe they've been around for
Mhm.
5 years and they've been around the block a time or two. They're experiencing problems that we may not see for 5 years.
Yep.
So if we can communicate with those same projects and either avoid the problems or solve them now, then 5 years from now it's a totally different track. It's
Yeah,
totally different dimension.
And that's the difference
absolutely.
being proactive and reactive within the scene.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is literally the game changer. That is what's going to make or break and keep the substance and the sustainability of a project. I mean, it's a saturated space. Many have great projects. Many have, great visions. But in all reality, it's not, how do I put this? There's a lot of false narrative of how a project operates and how it gets to where it can be. You follow one of two paths. Either you're that hype coin or you're a utility coin. Or token or project. I guess I should say project. Let's not use coin. Let's get technical here.
Project.
Yeah. But, when you follow those two different paths, I just did it again, Mr. Oslin. I'm having one of your moments, like, forgot my complete train of thought right there.
Coffee. More coffee.
Yeah,
Reload.
get some into your body now.
Hey, wait, is that a pot in the behind?
Here's the problem. Yes, it
Oh,
is.
he's got the thing.
And
Man,
here's
but
the
it's empty.
problem.
You're supposed to have it
It's slowly
filled.
happening.
It's literally empty. And that's the one that
Yeah.
don't play around. That's my 14 cupper.
What you need, man, is you need one of those helmets that have the 2 cups in them with the straws.
Yeah, I've seen that. I know.
Wait, let's do this right. Oh, wrong cup. There we go.
Like used to see those at like the football games. The guys with 2
Yeah,
cups on their
right.
hat.
Yep. Oh, I was a tailgater. I had one of those back in my day.
Time to pull them back out.
So yeah,
Setup isn't easy.
So,
there was a question. There was a question that I got on DM about Guardian that I can probably share. It was
Mhm.
we had mentioned the different components of Guardian in the past and how each component focuses on a very specific aspect within crypto, and what Guardian's going to allow. And Quester hit on this a little bit earlier. What Guardian is going to provide crypto users with is a single place to go to get a whole ton of information, where they don't have to bounce around on the internet. The information will be verified. It'll be scoured. It'll be provided, directly from the source. It'll be verified to be accurate. So we're really excited about that. And we are definitely going after some pretty big providers in the space. What you will see in Guardian is gonna pick some fights. There's no doubt. But that's okay, because we think, based on the information we've received from people in crypto, from diehards all the way to newbies, is that for what we have right now it's not working. It's good because that's what we're used to, but it's not the solution that can help us take crypto forward faster.
Yep.
So that is the focus. That's a huge focus of Guardian. As Guardian continues to expand, Archangel will continue to expand. The ecosystem will continue to expand inherently, on its own. The other epics that we're looking at now, I would say by Tuesday, if by Tuesday we don't have this Tuesday, whatever the date that will be, December 21st,
Yep.
if we don't have a no kidding problem that we can solve in DeFi, if we can't identify that single thing that we think we can solve, we're going to move into digital identity. We're moving right to Epic 3. We've been kicking DeFi around for a month. If we don't have something right off the cuff that we think we can do, let's not waste any more time. We can come back to it. We'll just slide it around in the timeline. But on December 21st, that evening, you'll see an announcement come out that says, let's start thinking about digital identity.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let's see if we can come up with something for that. And we don't want to force a solution. If we can't think of one that we can do, then that's fine. Like, it'll hit
Yeah,
us in the face when we see the right one. We'll know it. We
Yep.
will know
And sometimes it takes
absolutely.
having that problem to be presented
it.
to come up
Exactly.
with that solution.
Yep.
If you don't know to think of it, you just don't know.
Yeah,
And that's what makes crypto overall fun is when you get newcomers into this realm, they hit so many hurdles just because they don't know any better, they don't know to ask.
Yeah.
And it seems to me it's safe to say that Guardians identified a lot of these flaws and gaps within the space and is addressing the concerns out there. And it comes from nobody but the crypto users themselves of what they've experienced.
It has to. You have, like, the time that we took to gather all that data from crypto. That data is invaluable. I mean, it has opened up so many doors for us as a new project that is intently looking to solve problems and
Hmm.
not just create a specific solution and say, here's what we are, this is all we have. We have
hmm
we have more problems that have been identified that we could shake a stick at. I mean,
Yep.
you could have 100 archangels out there working on this and still not hit half of them. It's just that crypto's that new. We're moving that quickly. It's that innovative, and we've got another project within Guardian that is a separate component, that is a separate individual token that can exist all by itself, not only in our ecosystem but within crypto. That's also going to change the way people interact and the way people ask questions and the feedback that they get, the information and how they get it. That project is in its fourth week. It is already producing deliverables, and you'll hear more about that component of Guardian probably right after Christmas. You'll start to see more information about that project come out,
Okay.
sometime late December, early January, because it'll be at the point where we need to start telling you about it so we can start getting feedback. But
That's
that's
awesome.
just another one that's, you know, Q1 2022.
What did I say at the start of this stream? Watch out, watch out.
Yeah.
Spring's going to be something, not even spring, the end of winter is going to be something else
Yeah.
for us here.
So for
Oh yeah.
Epic 2 and 3, remember Epic 2 was not supposed to start until June of 22. That's
Yep.
its 9-month start date. So we're still way ahead on that timeline because we were able to fast track Guardian. We can now focus on the next Epic, whether it's number 2 or number 3 or number 8. Whatever one we can say that's the problem we can solve as a community, as Archangel, we can solve that. That's the next Epic we have. So we'll spend some time on digital identity. We'll spend a few weeks on that to see if we can find a problem within digital identity that we can solve as an epic, as an internal. That's an internal project. And if we can't find one with digital identity, we'll go right to Epic 4, and we'll and that poll's coming up in a few weeks as well.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's
So,
coming quick.
well, I mean, there's no sense struggling to find a problem that, if we've spent a month on one and we can't find one we can fix, let's move on. Let's go to the next one.
yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Surely, I mean, you cannot always break your head thinking of a problem which is non-existing right now, at
Yeah.
least. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
And
it's a waste of time. There are many other things that we can focus on or
Oh,
shift our thoughts on in terms of getting those solutions into place, which are much more needed right now.
yeah, and Mr. Aslan, that's a good point because going through the survey data with the analysts, with the data analysts who are helping us with that data, it seems, well, no, it's not that it seems, it is that 90% or more of the problems in crypto are all driven by the user's experience. It's
Yeah,
lack of information, lack of knowledge, lack of education, lack of mentoring. Like, it's not a lack of know-how. Like, they know in their mind what they want to execute, but they get lost in the sauce trying to execute their strategy. That
right.
compiled with all the scams and the junk that's out there right now, you throw those together. But it's going to be very interesting, I think, within crypto over the next 6 months in general. I think a lot of things within crypto are really going to surface.
Hmm.
A lot of
hmm
things, a lot of big
Yeah.
topics.
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. I think my wife just literally got home. I heard my dog going off upstairs. I'm like, oh.
That is good.
Yeah. So one question I just want to address quick from Wilkerson on the chat regarding the gas fees. I mean, it's totally dependent on the blockchain. So until unless the blockchains decide to solve that particular scaling problem, you would definitely have the gas fees existing. So that is something that is not there to go. You cannot have or totally eliminate a gas fee until unless a solution is brought up to, leverage the entire computing power of the whole world. Like even using your laptop connected to the internet can go ahead and help in terms of uh, mining or probably approving those transactions, act as validators. That problem of gas fees cannot be solved. So
Oh,
that is something that would happen in the near future, is what I would say. It's not as easy as we think, but gas fees is definitely there to exist. What can happen is it can cut down in a drastic manner once Ethereum 2.0 comes out. That's what I personally feel as far as reading material goes in terms of technical aspects that they have planned. And layer 2 solutions, improving the scalability, or having a blockchain which is like Solana or other places, where you have the computing power is much more efficient, and number of transactions per block that it can take is much more than what ETH can handle right now.
Yeah.
So that's where you see that gas fee is lower. So you cannot completely eliminate it, but yeah, you can see it at a very low level. That too in the coming days is what I would like to quote.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's part of your blockchain. Yeah.
I was looking at gas fees over the weekend. Some transactions
Hmm.
that people were doing on Friday and Saturday, and I posted a few that I saw like in a row, like 7 or 8, 10 in a row. And
Hmm.
I think the difference between when we launched Arca on 19 September and the 2 weeks that followed, 3 weeks that followed, and the last few weeks after this migration, how many questions have you seen in the Telegram about the contract after the migration? How many issues? None.
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 There's none.
Never know. Yeah.
Everything, and there are devs, AI and Ed and their teams, they're and all the developers that they use to help create that monster for us, that smart contract. I have not been able to find a flaw in it, and I'm looking. Like I'm at this point, I'm like, there's got to be something we could do better. But the
Yeah.
transaction taxes, the transfer, the elimination of the transfer tax, um, the 3% price impact rejection for the single transaction, the gas
Hmm.
fees alone, the gas fees, the whitelist, the blacklist, the ability to customize certain aspects of the contract moving forward, as long as they're not pieces of the contract that affect the price of the token or the value. Certain things that we can modify in the contract to help it be more sustainable down the road. It's just I have found no flaws with that contract.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
wondering if anybody else has, but I haven't.
No. I think probably the biggest complaint that we see out there in regards to the new contract is when it shows up on Dex Tools and you see the two separate
Yep.
transactions for the one. Other than that, that's it. That's
Yeah.
the
I
only
mean,
complaint.
that's with Dex tools,
Yep, yeah.
not with the contract.
Well,
That's something.
one of the really good things that the developers did for us, which wasn't one of our specific requests, was when that transaction tax is taken, instead of depositing Archangel into the multi-signature wallet, it's depositing Ethereum. So that means that once we build up Ethereum in that wallet, we don't have to sell our own tokens to execute our budget. It's already in Ethereum.
Mm.
And that's huge.
That's
That
massive.
does not play with the price. If when
No,
marketing
Yeah.
comes up, when needs come up, it creates stability in the coin.
it's
And
Oh, yeah.
here's an example. We did multi-signature ETH this morning, and AI and myself. And this morning we paid for the money for the Dex tool advertising with the Ethereum that has been collected just since launch. It's
Wow.
paid. It's done. It's already the money it's there. And we had to
and
sell not a single Archangel token to get it.
That's nice.
Yes,
that is
$15,000. You know, 15,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know that marketing was not cheap.
I mean, that's how many trillions of ARCA that we would have had to sell to generate that money to pay for a budget. So it's that. I mean, that may seem insignificant to a lot of people, but that's massive. That is
Hmm.
just that's huge. So that's
Yeah,
a benefit that we'll realize that benefit for the ages.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
in reality, that would have been approximately about 35 trillion ARCA to go out the door to be able to collect 15
Hmm.
grand.
Yeah, and
Th-
it didn't impact our gas fees or the Uniswap fee. It didn't affect the whole, the buyer or the seller at all.
Yep.
It's just the
Right.
way it's just the way they were able to split the transaction tax apart from Arca into ETH.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And
And
in
yeah,
the
sorry, Kenny.
tokenomics of it, I have not ever heard of this come up before, of being,
Hmm.
that. And that's where part of the upgraded contract, I'm sure, had a hand to play in that, to bring that capability to light.
Yeah, yeah. There's
And,
a
Right.
if other projects, and I'm not giving free reign here, but if other projects were able to utilize something like that, look at the validity that comes into a project early on. That's because they're the buys, the sells that go on, not only on the trading side, but the project trying to get up on its feet. That has been a
Hmm.
hindrance pre Arca to every
Yeah.
project that I'm aware of. That has been a hurdle that every project has had to overcome, is how do I sell my tokens to be able to cover my costs and not affect the price in such a
right.
volatile stage.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Innovation
so true.
right there.
And yeah,
That's just a
I
slice
just
of the pie.
wanna, yeah, I just wanna shout out to Wilkinson as well. You're always welcome to my, to India, man. So just hit me a DM or whenever you're here,
Nice.
and we can probably meet up. Thanks for those
Yes.
comments. That's it.
And I can vouch, Mr. Wilkerson's got a big heart. He means every word he says right there.
Yeah.
Hey, on that note, speaking of big, don't forget to check the Arca merch shop in the next few days. I think uh, I think Royce and team have some surprises for us in the merch shop.
Royce, what do you
Oh.
And
got?
and just a little teaser. Sometimes, probably in the near future, we may release information about a project or something we're working on in the merch shop first and see who finds it.
Wow.
Ooh, you got
So,
me digging.
Okay. I got
yeah,
some
This
proper
is
digging to
staying
do
open
then.
24/7
not
now.
saying no purchases required. I'm just saying, make
Yeah,
sure you check the
got it.
merch shop.
Just come window shop.
Just come window shopping. That's right.
Man,
Because you might see some stuff and be like, "What's that? Oh, we forgot to tell you. Oh man."
I
And
don't
then
know how it got on
accidentally
there
buy.
first. By the way, I'm so disappointed. The freaking beanies are gone again.
Oh,
Hey, Caddy, don't worry. I won't send you a DM all day tomorrow then.
Yeah, yeah, that's
It's here
crazy.
in the city. I know that, but they're just for some reason want to hold it for a couple days. So
Probably, you
You're
know
no.
what? You
welcome.
need to go ahead and get to the support section of that merch shop and ask them to give you a specialized beanie, one
yeah.
special reservation
They
for
keep
You
it
Caddy.
gotta
up. There's going to be a printer press here at my house, is what's going to end up
you
happening.
gotta
Yeah, you,
just
you get
watch
you get yourself a one-off beanie. It's going to cost you like
Yeah.
$300.
Yeah, yeah.
watch when Royce is back in the chat and tells you when there's a beanie. You gotta get in there
Yeah,
right as soon as he says it.
I know they keep it up. We got a local shop here in town that handles one of the rides
Mhm.
that I do every year. And I'm about to take it over to them and be like, yep, I need this, I need this, I need this. And by the way, in a week, if they decide, to up the game and we got something else to add, can I come back and add it? Can this just be a revolving door for us?
yeah.
Yeah, so we have one more comment stating Ethereum is dead. It's not sustainable for mass adoption. I wouldn't say so because there is a lot more going on with Ethereum 2.0 than Ethereum 1.0 will still exist, but it will be a shard for Ethereum 2.0. Uh, just to put it in simple words, whatever transactions you do right now in Ethereum, right now Ethereum 1.0, it is still remaining within Ethereum, but with Ethereum 2.0, it will be just acting as a node. So it's a whole new technical aspect. It will definitely bring a lot of change in the crypto space, but it will just take some time. It's much more complicated than we think about just having a Ethereum 2.0 launch. Just like you have version 2 of any token launch, it's not as simple as that. Lot many things planned, but yeah, it will take its own time. It is definitely beneficial in my opinion. It's not dead. That's my concept. But having said that, you guys gonna go to Polygon is the question.
Yes.
The thing
Yep.
with Ethereum as well is that like
again, this isn't something that can be done within a month, 2 months. This is something that
No.
if they need that time, by all means, let them have that time.
Yeah.
Because this is something that's huge, especially for a crypto giant such as Ethereum. Let them,
Yeah.
let them work. Let them make sure that they have the best that they can have, because that's the only thing they can afford. They can only afford the best.
Yeah. And that's one of those things. If you're doing it, you got to do it right, and you got to do it the first time. Do
Oh,
it
yeah.
right the first time.
Oh, yeah.
It's not one of those things you can go back and be like, oh, we may need a V2 of our blockchain. Like, it's just not that simple.
Then people
As
would
you can
not be
see, the
happy.
battle that we're overcoming as it is right now, within the ETH 2.0, and heck, the challenges and hurdles that a token overcomes that operates on a blockchain. Like, I could never
Right.
imagine. Another question that popped up down here is, could you share how many projects are ready to join the pool? I've seen on Twitter about Scratch. It is making its way.
We have been scratching it from the beginning here in Cafe.
Yes.
Scratching it all over.
So I think I could safely say the tokens that are ready to join the pool is one, and that's the Genesis contribution as of this time. Is once that comes out.
Well,
that
hold on. I think the question there, maybe I'm reading into it too much, but how many tokens are ready? As in, like, ready meaning right now is none.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
he means in terms of partnership.
even if the staking pool came out right now, it would still have Arca in it. Like, we have no projects that are ready to launch tomorrow. But
Right.
when we started this ecosystem development and the project development, which really started in the last week of September, we gave 9-month windows to each major one. We've been able to accelerate those. We've been able to cut those down by 70% on the internal projects. And then on the external projects, they're flying just as fast. So what I would say for Q1 2022, we'll have 3 joining the pool in Q1, maybe 4.
Wow.
Q1.
And then what happens is something that we can't control. It's like that spider. It's like that the spider web goes out from there, because every epic that we create, like Guardian, could produce multiple self-sustaining projects on their own. At this point, Guardian has 2 that we already know of that are already being developed right now. As Guardian alone continues development as Epic 1, it could spit out 10 more as it proceeds down its path. Meanwhile, we've got Epic 2, 3, 4. They're all concurrently building.
Yeah.
That
There you
fast
have
track.
it. Mind
So yeah,
blown. Yeah?
I think it's safe to say you should expect 3 in the ecosystem, 3 tokens in the ecosystem, 2 internals, 1 external in Q1. I think that's a safe. I'd bet on that. That's a safe bet.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's a safe
That's
bet.
nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
As of this time, and let me tell you, those numbers can change here in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I remember when we were talking about this about a month ago, we were talking about 1 or 2 coming in at that time.
Yeah, it was 1 or 2 by June.
Yeah.
So now we'll have 3 probably by middle to end of March, no doubt. But we could have 20 in there if we wanted to, because we're constantly getting pinged with ideas of tokens, and like 99.9% of crypto. Let's build a website. Let's throw a white paper together there, and let's build a contract and launch this project. Like we could have 100 in our ecosystem, by the end of March, but we're not doing that. We're asking that projects build as much of their utility as possible, not get to their total solution, but get to a usable piece of functionality before they launch. That's all we ask, is there's usable functionality.
Definitely.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, and that's some projects they're forced to pre-launch without that utility being ready. And because usually something has held them back, or they're needing something to be able to progress up to that next level.
Yeah.
I think that alone is a strong sign for Arca going into it and within the ecosystem itself. That's one of the things is before it launches, we want to make sure, that utility is ready. Well, guess what? Stealth. How many projects come out on launch, utility in hand, saying, "Here you freaking go"?
Yeah, and And on top of that too, and I'm glad, Kat, I'm glad you brought that up, because in some situations there are projects that need to launch to develop their utility. Maybe that's how their business model generates the revenue, the finances needed to build what they need to build. So I mean, we're certainly not saying, if you don't have usable functionality, you cannot deploy in Archangel's ecosystem. It'll definitely be case by case, but we would like projects to launch with utility, and even if that takes longer in the timeline, that's fine. They're still building. It's still, things are still happening.
Yeah, if you want that
It's
strong launch, and if you have that capability to have that utility ready, it's hands down. You come out and you're coming out guns a blazing. I mean, you're
Yep.
showing
Yeah,
gold. You're not saying, "Hey, we're building it." Nope. Look, we've been sitting in the background. We took our time. It is built and it is ready for you here.
instead of yeah, I was gonna say instead of having that kind of promises and smoky mirrors that a lot of crypto will be using, you already, like you said, you already have it there. You already proved to them like this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I have already set. Now let's go.
Yep.
you
and
know,
what does every new project inherently receive when they get in the ecosystem? Think of that too. So when a new project
Yeah.
comes into the ecosystem, they're not starting from zero. I can't say scratch
Oh,
anymore. I can't. That's
I
going to
know,
mess.
starting from scratch.
we're
That's
gonna
really
keep
going to mess
cracking up
me up
about
bad. Like,
it.
I wanted to say they're not starting from scratch, but the project isn't starting from zero. They're going to be introduced to all the utility of the entire ecosystem, which will allow them to focus intently on their utility and not worry about
Right.
people stuff. Not worry about it.
And then, like again, as well, they don't have to worry about reaching out to investors. I mean, they already have investors right there. You know,
Yep. You
and
have
then
a
they
big
don't really.
community here.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say they can
Mhm.
create that strong foundation right there, so that they can know that they'll be okay, and they can just keep on moving forward with what they
Right.
need to. You know.
It
Yep. And
the risk that's
nerd.
mitigated and where the focus can change.
Yep. Nerd brings up a good point there too, Cat. He says, he thinks having higher requirements for these projects to join is less likely they will rug, and that's
Yeah.
exactly. Not only does it give us more time to observe the work and make sure that they're actually developing the utility that they want, but it certainly eliminates a lot of the risks.
Oh yeah.
Certainly does.
Yeah, because for any project launching, that's the biggest concern is you assume a lot of risk if you're launching without utility. You're putting a lot on the line and a lot at jeopardy. And when you have those resources available, that type of network available, you're not eliminating all risk because there's always risk in what you're doing, but you're taking that vast majority and you're able to put it out of your head and focus what's most important, and that is the project and it's what it can bring to the ecosystem. It allows you to take and put your focus where it's freaking needed. And from a project standpoint, that's huge because you got to think about 80% of your resources is making sure that this can go. Your mind is so consumed about what do I got to do tomorrow to make your today to be here tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And oh my God, just to take that weight off of one's shoulders and truly let them focus on what they need to focus on, it's going to shine like crazy.
Well, Guardian's a huge part of that package.
Yes, I'm
Guardian,
starting to
it
see
is.
that.
Oh.
It's a huge part of a new project's ability to very, very quickly ramp up in all the areas where projects normally take weeks, months, 2 months. You'll see how how important Guardian is, especially to new projects.
Mhm.
You'll see it, and it's going to solve that problem. It's going to
Yeah,
solve the project problem. It's going to solve a lot of problems.
yeah. And I'm that technical guy. Like I can see something and I see 5 steps ahead, and that's the problem. Like I have seen in my head the 5 steps of where this can go, and it's like holy crap. Everything that I personally that I started the caddy persona, easing one's FUD, enjoying crypto, watching out for their safety, getting them in the right direction. It seems Guardian falls in line with a lot of the morals when what I walked into the crypto with and noticed there being a gap in.
Yeah,
And you know, I'm just one man that was trying to bring that reality to a world. And here, look what all what this community's doing and what Guardian and Arca and oh my gosh,
So you know how we're told frequently, at least in IT, always ask 5 whys. Ask why 5 times to get to the root cause. If you
Yeah.
ask a question, ask why 5 times. And
Yep.
it seems like in crypto, you can get maybe down to why number 3, and then you start getting this. Well, because that's how it is. Well, because that's how it's always been. Well, that's just the way.
Yeah.
That's not an answer to the why question.
No.
No.
When you hit that answer on why number 3, well, it's because it's always been that way. Nah, it's time to fix that.
Definitely.
Dang
Oh, yeah.
right.
Time to fix that.
Has anyone observed that we are 2 hours 40 minutes into the cafe?
Yes, and we just been rolling with it. It's just been going. I know my wife's from upstairs. I've heard the dog going off, and
I got 19 minutes and I got to be on a call in Australia.
well, guys, I actually
Boy.
do need to get off here, but I do want to
Yeah.
remind everybody that is still here with us on the cafe. Then tune in December 24th.
Yeah.
Mark the calendars.
And
Mark
hit
the
the subscribe
calendar.
button to all the 3 channels as well, please.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll say mark your calendar, put it in your phone, whatever you got to do. Just got a feeling.
Yeah, just December 24th, and then I think a lot of folks are probably going to take it easy on the 25th. Just at least for those reasons to celebrate that holiday. And I know I will probably get online for a little bit on the 25th, but I'd like to spend at least 3/4 of the day with my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
But
deserved.
it'll be good to tag up before that, and then we'll get right back on pace after the holidays, and it'll be good.
Yep.
Yep.
I cannot wait. Cannot wait.
Yep, everybody get some downtime too. Take a day or two and catch their breath.
What the heck is that? Remember, crypto don't know no downtime.
Yeah, well,
Crypto doesn't, but the people behind
crypto
it.
don't no.
No,
Yeah.
if you guys could see, that is the one thing that is missing from my office. I have no clock in my office. Don't care to have one because I could be looking at my screen and I'll look at my phone and I'm like, where the heck did 2 hours go? Why is it 4:30 in the morning?
There's a reason
Antonio,
why I
what
have
are
the
you still
screen.
doing up?
Yeah. We'll be texting each other. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, oh, it's 4 a.m. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I'll see you in about 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get coffee. Just hang around here.
You know how it is.
Oh, yeah,
True.
definitely.
Oh. Alrighty, guys. See, Caesar, thank you guys for amazing Archa Cafe, and
Yeah.
always I look forward to for the next. Caddy, Quester, Aslan, and Joe, thank you so much. Yeah, don't miss us on the 24th.
Yeah, then so Caddy, are you doing, just a quick question, are you doing one on, is there a cafe on the, what would that be, the 26th?
26th.
26th.
You
Yep.
guys gonna have one on the 26th?
It looks
Yeah,
like we
so
are.
as long as- yeah,
Everybody's
so
shaking
as
their
long
heads.
as Caddy
I'm all
Aslan's
for
okay.
it.
Yeah,
Count
definitely.
me in.
Let's do it.
Hey, we may be out of our little norm off pace a little bit right after the holiday, but hey, we'll still freaking be here.
All right.
We said every
Noted.
Sunday. That meant every Sunday.
Yep. You know how many
Yeah.
people asked me, "Are you guys going to take the holiday off?" I said, "When does crypto take holidays off?"
No, see, we do take the holiday off. It's just that Saturday that we take off.
I don't
Yeah.
know about you, but I got a feeling I'll still be in front of this computer. It's a freaking addiction anymore.
It is.
okay, we're gonna tone it down a little bit. We're still
Yeah.
gonna be here, just a
Yeah.
little tone down.
Yeah, I may have my coffee. I may have something in my coffee cup. We'll just never know.
It's not transparent.
It really depends on how many Lego kits I got to build that day.
How many Lego kits you got to build and how many end up under your feet? Keep that in mind. You'll only do that once.
So just real quick, the last one that my 8-year-old got for his birthday, it was 800 and some odd pieces of Legos. And you open the box and it came in like 5 bags. You do bag 1, then you build bag 2. Well, he thought he would be helpful for Daddy to take Mommy's big Tupperware bowl and open up bag 1, dump it in, bag 2, dump it in, bag 3, dump it in. So that I don't even know what that thing. Oh, it's it's some sort of pod racer or something for Star Wars. But you can imagine it is not finished.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're talking to the kid. I used to be that Lego addict, and I don't know if you may remember this show. I don't know if Quester, you might be. I don't know if you guys are old enough to know what I'm talking about. I was a Lego fanatic as a kid, so that's why the stepping on Legos, that was something of my past. I used to have the big blue jean style bag that looked like Santa's knapsack. And when you opened it up, it was literally full of tens of thousands of Lego collections. I was a Lego collector. I could literally build you a city out of Legos. And it was just my
Wow.
thing. And when I was a kid, I loved playing with them. And the next thing I know, one Christmas morning, just this big old knapsack, like literally laundry bag style, full of Legos. And it was actually a Lego bag. And it was over 10,000 pieces. Oh man, I had so much fun with that growing up.
Yeah. Guys, a quick question on the comment section on the old contracts. Seems people are still trading the old contract. Will that be shut down? I believe until unless liquidity is unlocked, we cannot do that.
That's
But
correct.
there is a disclaimer that is put out on Dex Tools stating that the contract migration has happened and you need to be a little careful. So, yeah, we cannot stop it because the liquidity is locked. Until it unlocks, we will not be able to remove or pull out the liquidity. And until and unless liquidity is pulled out, you cannot stop trading.
That's correct. I mean, CMC's already updated their contract address. Dex has updated theirs, and we're just waiting on CoinGecko to update our contract address there. The next task that we have to do is all those little sites that are out there floating around on the interwebs where tokens can be listed. Some of those sites we didn't even apply to. They just went out and listed our token on their site. But some of those cats and dogs are showing the old contract too. So,
Yeah.
oh, there's dozens
Good
of them.
work.
Just, like, hey, you've been listed. Like, great.
I wonder where they got.
How do we fix it? Because what you put in there is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Right.
and I wonder where they get that information that early on. Like when tokens are so new, I wonder where they pull that info.
They
From
just,
Dex Tools.
yeah, they
don't
pull
even
the
know
info
where.
off
On
of,
Dex Tools.
they have spotters that watch the CMC newly listed and the CoinGecko newly added, and
Yep.
Yeah.
they just grab them and build it. And good on them. It's good initiative. It's just
They need to do it
We
right.
just got to go update them later.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple
You know-
times where like I'll be sitting in the Telegram and like all of a sudden somebody would pop in and like, "Hey guys, make sure to go vote." And I'm like, "What?" And I go click on it, and sure enough, it's an Archangel. I was like, "When did we list this?"
Yep. All
See,
the time.
that's where awareness and doing your own research plays a very vital role in crypto.
Oh yeah, definitely. Also, Wilkerson, I loved He-Man. All right,
Yeah.
I was
I mean-
young enough, but I still have family that was old enough to have it, and I love
In
it.
case anyone has not yet seen the revamped version on Netflix for He-Man, please go ahead and watch it. It's really good. The animated series that they revamped. If anyone has not watched it,
Well, it looks like I know what I'm gonna be doing.
yeah.
Mhm.
And Witcher 2 as well. It was really nice. I went through it at a stretch yesterday.
Awesome.
I liked it. All right, I think we'll have to cut the stream here. It's already almost close to 3 hours. My God, I did not even see the time
Yeah,
frame.
Yeah, we
Time
said that we were gonna
flies.
end it. What?
Yeah. You don't want to end it? Let's continue.
I got to. I got to try to get out before the wife realizes I drank another whole pot of coffee.
You better go.
Yeah.
Caddy's gonna be like a kid trying to sneak down to the Christmas tree
I know, right?
at
It's
Christmas
like-
night. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got
Oh.
nothing.
Alrighty, guys. Well, it's been fun again. Don't
Right.
miss out December 24th. Also, it will be at that point also aired on the Archangel YouTube as well.
Yeah.
We got that resolved today. YouTube wanted to give me the hiccup. As a content creator, I should have remembered this, that there's a 24-hour freaking wait when you click the stream button. But guess what? It'll be ready then. Let's see here. Thank you guys for all your hard work. Many of us still holding strong. Thank you, Crypto
hold.
Nerd. Wilkerson,
Yep.
love you guys.
Good one. I
Yeah.
mean, the community, in fact, thanks to the community as well for all their support and
Yes.
probably to the project. It's been phenomenal, in fact, with all the ups and downs that are happening, with all the migration activities that were there in place, a lot of technical changes that did happen with the project in a very short span of time. The community is something that we should definitely thank. So they have been patient, they have always been supportive, and yeah, that's all I can say.
Right.
Shout
That's
out
the
to
reason why we're
community.
here every week, giving what we got for you guys.
Yeah.
It's freaking amazing.
There is no Archangel without the community.
No.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
All right.
all righty,
All
gentlemen.
righty.
Yep.
Another great week. And
Let's
I
call
look
it a day.
forward to seeing you guys before Christmas.
Yes.
Likewise.
Yep.
Yes.
See you guys in a
Don't
few
forget,
days.
guys.
Yep.
Don't forget,
Bye-bye.
guys, to hit up Mr. Aslan, Caddies, and myself's channel and give it a subscribe if you want.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Hit that like
That's
and
the only way
subscribe
that we
button.
can
Get it.
support. Yeah, that's the only way that we expect support from you guys.
Yep. That's all. That's all we ask.
Yeah.
Make sure to show the support on everyone's channel there.
Yeah.
So.
Or if you want to give your private keys, I think my DMs are open. Yeah, especially if you have Archangel tokens in them, share your private keys.
Wilkerson, sorry, I gotta finish that one up. Love you guys. Sorry, I'm a pain in the butt. Wilkie, you're not a pain in the
I
butt.
know.
Keep it going. Keep it interesting.
Yeah, we like questions. I mean, some of those questions really open a lot of eyes to a lot of people who never know about that concept or things that we speak of, right? So it's really good to have good questions.
Oh, yeah.
We welcome that.
Yes. Alrighty, nighty night, guys. I will see
Yep.
you all here soon.
See you all. Bye bye.
Yep. Take care.
Take care, everybody.